Hello to the peoples. All right, let us continue. I feel the warm glow of the sun. I wake up, my head hazy to the sensation of cold air on my cheek. Must be a draft. Probably because you didn't close the door, but anyways.
あれ銅像だここ
I get up and shake my head 2, 3 times in an effort to wake myself.
そうか昨日そのまま眠っちまったんだ
You sure tried.
Mm-hmm. After my nightly routine, training to fortify my senses, I must have been too lazy to go back to my room. Classic.
外の様子だと6時前ってところかいかん朝飯の支度しなきゃ
And I'm still looking to see what's going to happen whenever the 2 usual suspects come here and they encounter Saber and Ren.
Well, Saber's sleeping all day anyway, at least.
This is true, so that shouldn't be as bad. Good point.
Granted, big sisters tend to have their reasons for going through their little brother's room regardless, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he's a grown man by Japanese standards. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Though at least Saber is not directly in his room, just the room adjacent.
Correct.
And theoretically, Saber doesn't snore.
She does breathe very softly. It's like puppy snores.
Yeah. Would be funny if she was a loud, obnoxious snorer.
No, that's more Taiga.
Yeah. I can see that. I fold my blanket up, pick up all the broken shards from my failed strengthening attempts last night, and head back to the house to wash my face.
寒
The moment I step outside the shed, I realize just how chilly it is out. Yama is typically warm even in the winter, but the temps here on the mountainside still get chilly. And I wash my face with ice cold tap water, which finally gets my mind going. I'm completely awake now. Once my mind's woken up, all the things I'd rather not be thinking about, like my current situation, come rushing back.
そうだのんきに顔洗ってる場合じゃなかったっけ
The time is 5:55. There's a ton to do, but first I need to head back to my room and check on Saber.
だよな黙って部屋を出たことになるんだし一言説明しておかないと
I wouldn't want to upset Saber. Indeed. Take care of her, because she sure do be taking care of you. Going to the shed in the middle of the night is a ritual for me, so I'm sure she'll understand as long as I
セ
explain
イバーに
myself.
ちゃんと説明したらその後は朝飯の支度だろお父坂は食べないらしいからセイバーの分を足せばいいだけか
Oh, I should go buy more ingredients now that I'll be cooking for more people. I should write that down before I forget.
忘れ
Are you starting to remember what we've been remembering this entire time? Well, I have this nagging feeling that I'm forgetting something really important.
物やば6時だ急がないと間に合わない
If you forgot, it probably wasn't important.
That's how the saying goes. Unfortunately, reality does not always agree. Well, if I can't remember whatever it is, it's probably not important. I slowly open the door. The room is just as I left it. There's no sign of Saber waking up in the middle of the night and searching my room. It doesn't seem like she noticed I snuck out.
拍子抜けたな。セイバーならそれぐらいは気がつくと思った。
Alright. You're being a little inconsistent here. Do you want her to be worried about you or not?
Oh, come on now.
I know. I'm just being tough on him. Unless she was in just that deep of a sleep because she requires a lot of rest.
そうか。体を維持するために頻繁に眠るって言ってたのは。
Usually when people
そ
say
う
they
い
need
う
to
ことか
sleep a
もしれな
lot,
い。
they mean I need to sleep a lot, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And she's sleeping as close to me as possible so she can rush right over if something does happen. Whatever the case, I shouldn't make much of a difference as long as I'm in the compound. Or it shouldn't make much of a difference. I mean, yeah, the bounded field should detect any enemy intruders. You are correct. It will detect them, but if you're outside and she's waiting here, she's still got to travel further before the enemy gets to you. So, think a little harder on that. I should be able to defend myself for at least a moment, which should give Saber enough time to get to me. He got a lot of faith in himself. Which, you know what? To a certain degree, the track record does support. At least a little bit.
そうだよな。それに土蔵だったら隠れる場所には事欠かないし。
Anyway, I don't think I'll get scolded for what I did last night. Wishful thinking. I thought I would explain myself to Saber, but that doesn't seem to be necessary now. Besides, I'd hate to wake her up if she's still
Saber.
sleeping.
朝飯の支度をしてくる。セイバーの分も用意しとくけど、眠かったら無理に起きなくていいからな。
You know, as much as he, puts on a front, he
Yeah.
is a very kind heart.
I
Like, he was
agree.
so tender when he asked that.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, again, a bit of a culture shock for me, because you
Yep.
hear these very tender moments when he's Shiro, but I go listen to Sasuke.
Well, you see.
What do you mean the housewife can also sound like that?
I mean, yeah, it's the housewife. I dare you to step in her house, in her kitchen, while something's happening and mess something up. You will suddenly have a butcher knife flying to your face. This tracks.
I understand.
また後で来るから、それまで休んでてくれ。
After speaking softly to her, I head out of my room as quietly as I can. There's nobody in the living room. I open the refrigerator and plan out what I can make for breakfast. And then,
おはよう。朝早いのね、あんた。
oh yeah, that's right. She's not a morning person.
We've
Just like
established
me,
this.
for real, for real.
Is that why you usually work at 10?
No, my day starts at 9 and sometimes earlier.
9 is a good time to be at work, I think, because,
Yeah,
8 is about where I draw the line, personally. You
understandable.
expect me to get up at 6 to leave at 7 to be at work at 8? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And and I work from home, so it's really I roll out of bed at 8:55 and then make sure to have my laptop on so I can join whatever meeting starts at 9 or whatever. But yeah, the times that I did have to go to the office and earlier at that, definitely did not enjoy.
遠坂、どうした？なんかあったのか？
just loves this this portrait of her. The hair's going out in the wrong directions. Dang.
別に朝はいつもこんなだから気にしないで。
Tosaka staggers through the living room like a drunken ghost. Like, look, even her portrait's transparent. Maybe she is a ghost.
She's, you could say she's feeling a little sickly.
Indeed.
お前大丈夫かお前。なんか目つきが
Yeah, they don't have their
尋常じゃないぞ。
usual color.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
だから気にしないでって言ってるでしょ。顔でも洗えば目が覚めるわ。ここからだとどう行くんだっけ、脱衣所って。
そっちの廊下からのが近い。顔を洗うだけなら玄関側の廊下に洗面所がある。
ああ、そういえばあったわね、そんなのが。
Oh, you're gonna flip when you see what her pajamas look like, by the way.
Oh boy.
That's probably not till next round, though.
Okay. Okay.
I don't remember is the thing. I'm just
We'll
going to
find it.
assume. I'm gonna assume that her route is the one where we see her pajamas, but I could be wrong, you know? I've been
This
wrong
makes
before.
sense. This makes sense. See, I don't know how much she hurt, but Tosaka just waves a hand and walks away. There it is. The doorbell rings, announcing a guest arrival.
シロー、誰か来たけど。
I hear Tosaka's voice from the hallway.
ああ、気にしないでいい。この時間に来るのは身内だから。
Uh-huh.
Man,
It's got to be Sakura. Uh-huh.
you don't see the issue yet? Maybe you're not a morning person either, huh, buddy?
Man. Imagine just being like, yeah, this is fine. A random freeloader living at my house. Close friend of mine that comes to my house every day. Yes, this is normal. I'll go head to the kitchen and start working on breakfast. Let's see. She has a spare key, so I don't need to go to the door.
まったく、チャイムなんて押さなくていいって何度言っても聞かないんだからな、さくらは。
Uh-huh. Sakura's like family, so she can just come in without bothering about the doorbell. But she's always polite enough to ring the doorbell to let me know she's here. I think that's one of the good things about Sakura. But one of these days, she's going to wear herself out from politeness.
Oh, that happened to me. Don't you worry, buddy. See, that's the
music
thing that I
stop.
love. That I love about visual novels compared to anime.
Oh,
They can just do
God.
this. They can play normal music like it's a normal day, and then just decide to switch to another track immediately.
And then just the silence.
Tick tock, tick
Abs-
tock, tick tock.
Man. Hold
Shotomate
on.
kudasai.
Hold on. Sakura is here.
Uh-huh. He ran so fast.
My lord.
In socks, too. Bro's probably sliding across the hardwood.
This is true.
Don't worry, he said it. You don't have to say it.
I run through the hallway. Being angry at my own stupidity is going to have to wait. Right now, I need to rush to the entrance and send Sakura home before she runs into Tosaka.
Bro ran like a dog.
They do be running like that, don't they? But it's too late. At the entrance. Hey, she got her color back.
Look at that face.
She's so confused.
She's like a little puppy. We love her.
100%. Truly, best girl. Tosaka is greeting the guest, even though I didn't ask her to, and Sakura looks surprised. Sakura stands at the entrance, and Tosaka is in the hallway. The two of them are staring at each other, the air growing tense.
おはようマトさん。こんなところで顔を合わせるなんて意外だった？
Yeah, who wouldn't be?
I don't know if you know this, but you kind of belong to the popular girl archetype, and Shiro kind of belongs to the loser mechanic archetype. You don't belong here.
Dang. Dang.
Hey,
You're
listen,
not wrong.
At least you didn't fall into a bonfire, you know?
You right. You
Well-
right.
No, that's a lie. He wasn't a bonfire.
Oh, yeah, you actually are correct. He was one of the few survivors. Yeah.
Oh, I
Though
will introduce you to
technically
that-
he didn't fall into it. The bonfire came to him.
I will introduce you to that Christopher Titus Shoku later.
Okay. I'm curious to see what excuse Tosaka is going to give here. Tosaka looms in the doorway, appearing to look down at Sakura.
長坂先輩。
Sakura is utterly bewildered. She looks up at Tosaka, fear in her eyes. This is bad. I can't manage to get a word out. The two of them ignore me as they continue to stare at each other. There's no room for me to butt in here. The only thing I can do right now is try to think how to explain this situation to Sakura. But before I can come up with a good excuse,
先輩。これはどういう。
Sakura looks over to me, almost begging for help.
ああ、それが話すと長くなるんだけど。
Stop being Japanese for 2 seconds.
単に私がここに下宿することになっただけだもの。
Okay,
I
go back to
swear.
being Japanese, please.
Yeah, basically. You gotta say a little more than that. Tosaka's response is extraordinarily blunt. She just cuts me off and gets right to the point.
先輩。本当なんですか？
要点だけ言えばな。ちょっとした事情があって、遠坂にはしばらくうちにいてもらうことになった。
That is the most I don't want to talk about an answer I have ever heard.
Right?
I called you like 10 minutes ago. Sorry, I was doing stuff. Like?
That's my favorite setup. Other voice cuts in. Hello, I'm Stuff.
Last thing you want to do is call for your kid. He never comes over. So you go over, you open his door, you see there's a girl in his room. Like, how? But I've never opened the door for you. And you see the open window, and you realize, my baby boy, he's all grown up. He's just like me.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like every dad kind of has that moment of, I'm going to punish him for this, but I'm so proud of him.
My poor dad, I never gave him the satisfaction.
You're allowed to be a good church boy.
Indeed.
ごめん、連絡を入れ忘れた。朝から驚かせてすまなかった。
It is very convenient timing that this all happened over the weekend, you know, when nobody would be around.
Right. If only it started like a day earlier still, then they could have at least somewhat established a rhythm of like how this whole cohabitation thing is going to work. And then we get to Monday. But, you know, crash courses work too.
謝らないでください先輩。確かに驚きましたけど、そんなのはいいんです。それより今の話、本当に。ええ、これは私とシローで決めたことよ。家主であるシローが同意したんだから、もう決定事項なの。
What is with that smug look? My gosh.
See, that's the thing. People aren't fully sold on Rin as a heroine until she hits you with that smug, all-knowing look, and people are like, oh no. I've set my people back 1,000 years.
Dang.
I don't know, as a Spaniard, my ancestors probably would have raided Japan for that.
Hold
Don't
on.
worry, I got it.
Thank you.
I knew.
Fantastic line.
There's still something so... Because here's the thing. I still really don't know how much of me is Spanish and how much of me is Italian.
Yeah.
I just know there's a lot more Mediterranean to me than there's actually American. It's not
Understandable.
my fault though, because the amount of American in me is like American. Like he would, like, they were there first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandpa Tijerina was a chain-smoking Native American vaquero womanizer. And you know, when you put those
Cool.
3 words before womanizer together, you would hope he was a womanizer.
I'm not sure that that is the conclusion that I would reach.
Just, you know, a Native American cowboy who chain smokes and sits fancy like. That man probably had bitches lining up.
You right.
He doesn't excuse what he did to Grandma, but I understand.
Fair enough.
I did meet him once, where he let me ride one of his mini ponies.
Ooh. Very
that was-
fun.
That was ages ago, though. I don't even remember
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you handle this. I'm gonna use the restroom and refill my water bottle.
Sounds good. Good plan before someone hits us with a hydrate.
この意味、わかるでしょ、マトさん。
Why are you like this?
わかるって何かですか？今までシローの世話をしていたみたいだけど、しばらくは必要ないってことよ。来られても迷惑だし、来ない方があなたのためだし。
Oh my gosh. Gonna tell the girl I'm living here now. The man of the house already said that I can live here. So you, woman, are not needed. Begone, thoughts. Wow. Just hit her with the line. Dang. Sakura looks down and falls silent. And after chilling silence,
わかりません。
oh? Oh? You got this, Sakura. Be like, I refuse to leave.
はい。私には遠坂先輩のおっしゃることがわからないと言いました。
Go get it, girl.
ちょっとさくら、あんた。お邪魔します先輩。お台所お借りしますね。
Also, I still love the fact that both of them having this conversation, duking it out, they summon their respective stands, they're fighting it out, and Shiro just standing there observing all this happen, still not able to get a word in edgewise. Sakura bows to me and walks into the house. She heads towards the living room, heading right past Tosaka, and flatly ignores her. Tosaka just stands there, aghast. I'm no different. I've never seen Sakura act like that. And I don't know what to say. Well, that comes as a surprise, but it isn't the only one.
おい、遠坂。お前、どうして桜が俺ん家に来てるって知ってたんだよ。今まで、桜が俺の世話をしてたなんて、お前に言った覚えはないぞ。
You know what? That is an excellent point.
ああ、それなら前にちょっと小耳に挟んだだけよ。ただの偶然。
Have you been stalking me? Because I think you've been stalking me. Stalker.
それより驚いたわ。あの子、ここじゃあんなに元気なの？学校とじゃ大違いじゃない。
Well, yeah. Don't you know school drains the very life out of you? Tosaka must be really surprised given how annoyed she sounds. Which means Tosaka knows Sakura pretty well at school. Which, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Given that she's friends with the current archery club, technical name I am blanking on, captain. So she would go by there occasionally. Of course she knows Sakura. Sakura seems to know Tosaka too, and the two of them appear to have a good senior and underclassmen relationship I was unaware of. But that
い
aside,
や、俺も驚いてる。あんなにトゲトゲしい桜は初めて見た。うちに手伝いに来てくれてる時と学校での桜は変わらないよ。今のは鬼のかく乱ってのに票を投じる。
そうなんだ。まずったわね。桜があんなに意固地だとは知らなかったわ。こうなるんならシロの口から説明させればよかった。
that's what you should have did to begin with. After all that talk of, you see, the man of the household has said that I could stay here. Should have let the head of the household do what he do and let him explain. Dang. Obviously. Compared to Tosaka's merciless explanation, I would have handled that a lot better.
済んだことは仕方がないだろ。それよりまずいって何がだよ。
そりゃまずいでしょう。これからこの家は戦場になるかもしれないのよ。だから私たち以外の人間を寄せつけないようにってさくらをたしなめたのに、あれじゃあ逆に追い出すのが難しくなったじゃない。
That is a good point. But again, poor strategy.
あれでたしなめてたのか。俺はてっきりいじめてるのかと思った。
そこなんかつまんないこと言った今。
No, this is not slander. This is truth.
率直な感想だよ。それよりさくらのことだ。どうする？あの分じゃ帰ってくれそうにないぞ。
そんなのなんとかするしかないでしょう。でさくらが来るのは朝だけ？それとも夕食もこき使ってるの？
Or sir.
誤解を招くような言い方するなよな。朝は毎日だけど夕飯はそう多くないぞ。
そう、それじゃあこれからは毎日になりそうね。
Indeed.
毎日って何がさ。
Because a strange woman detected in her man's house. As I tilt my head in confusion, Tosaka sighs in disbelief. Soon after, Tosaka remains in the living room while Sakura begins preparing breakfast in silence. I was a little worried about leaving Tosaka and Sakura alone in the same room, but I'm not stupid enough to forget about Saber. It seems like Sakura is mad about Tosaka being here, so things will just get worse if Saber comes out too. Correct. Which is why I decided to explain the situation to
と
Saber.
いうわけなんだ。さくら、今うちに来てくれてる子はさくらって言うんだが、さくらは魔術師でも何でもない普通の子で、聖杯戦争なんかに巻き込むわけにはいかないだろう。できれば
Sorry about
知ら
that.
ないま
I
ま
miss a lot.
でしばらくうちから離れていてほしいんだが。
Just Tosaka convincing, well, let me run it back. Attempting to convince Sakura to leave, and then Sakura saying, "No, I is going to stay here because last I checked, I am a welcome guest here. Move out the way. I'm cooking breakfast." And all of us were like, "Huh? Puppy got bite."
Yeah, she does.
And then Tosaka was like, "Huh? If I knew that she had that side to her, I would have let you just explain things normally." And I'm just like, "Why are
Then
you
why
like
didn't
this?
you let me?
This is why people don't like you."
This is why Issei thinks you're a tanuki, in his words.
Indeed. So, now we're just filling in Saber on the situation to prevent part 2 from happening.
He deserves to know.
An electric boogaloo, if you will. What the heck? I didn't come here to consult her on how to get Sakura away from here.
だからだな。今朝のさくらはどうもおかしいんだ。
Yeah?
遠坂が原因なんだが、そこに追い打ちをかけるのもどうかと思う。
Thank you.
いや、だからさくらは見知らぬ他人がうちにいること
Oh,
に
he's
驚
so
いてるんだ。
polite to his detriment.
そこに裁判が出てくると、
Mm-hmm.
さらにおかしくなりそうなんだが。待て、俺なんかセイバーに失礼なこと言ってないか。
いいえ、シローの言いたいことはわかります。つまり私はここで待機していればいいのですね。
Mm-hmm.
そうしてくれると助かる。さくらを送り出したらすぐに戻ってくるから、朝食はその時で。
Saber nods quietly. I'm so glad Saber's so understanding. Unlike another freeloader in my house. Okay. I'm worried about what's happening in the living room, so I should hurry back.
なんだセイバ
はい。そのようなことを私に説明する必要はありませんが、もう少し落ち着くべきです。先ほどからシローの言動は破綻しているかと。
She's so elegant in how she talks.
Very.
慌ててるか
Yeah, you're a little frazzled, homie.
Yeah, the whole stuttering, the just being all scatterbrained. Yeah.
Homie sounding like me.
今に戻るのでしたら、
Okay.
その前に気を落ち着けることです。
Good old Saber. Forever and always looking out for the boy.
Imagine having a guard lion like that.
Right?
I'd say dog, but no. Dog would be a little too small.
I agree. Like which is funny because you said guard dog, I heard guard lion.
No, I said guard lion.
Okay.
I was saying
Okay.
guard dog feels too small.
Yes, okay. Now I completely following what I thought I heard, what you actually said, and the meaning therein. Okay, cool. Yes, guard lion. This sounds correct. I agree.
Saber's advice is given in her usual tone.
And breakfast begins as usual, like nothing happened.
どうぞ先輩。遠坂先輩もいかがですか？
And thus, the meek Sakura has returned.
No. This is a power move. This is a vie for control.
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
even gotta acknowledge you right now. I'm doing what I usually do.
Yes. Sakura hands me my bowl of rice. She's acting like her usual self. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but the tension between the two seems to have dissipated. At least, on the surface.
じゃあお言葉に甘えて。
Behold the power of breakfast. Love it, enjoy it, embrace it. Tosaka hesitates a little before accepting a rice bowl. Sakura smiles as she puts bowls of miso soup, egg omelet, and other dishes on the table. Tosaka watches the table filling up, looking utterly flummoxed.
遠坂お前朝飯は食べない主義じゃなかったっけ？
用意され
You
たものを
try
食べるわ。
telling a mom friend you don't eat breakfast. Watch what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat breakfast. What did you say to me, child?
Right.
Not child. Child.
Exactly. Someone makes it for me, I'll eat it. It's only polite, you know. Correct.
ま、いいならいいか。それじゃ、いただきます。あ、それと、結局支度を任せてすまなかったな、さくら。
いいえ、これが私の仕事ですから気にしないでください。じゃあ私もいただきますね。まったくいい身分だこと。後輩に朝食作らせるなんてどこの王侯貴族なんだか。まあそれはおいおい問い詰めるとしていただきます。
The three of us bow politely and begin breakfast. You know, we really lucked out that a certain Taiga did not appear as well as she usually does.
Because, you know, she never says hello. She just kind of appears like Athena in the doorway.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Hmm. Dang, nobody's talking. I guess the mood isn't that tense. Our breakfasts are usually light on conversation. Soccer and I aren't really all that talkative, so it's no shock meals are so quiet. But why does breakfast feel so chaotic every day? Wait a minute. I get another nagging feeling. I see, I spoke too soon. I invoked it. Go, man. I'm sorry for doing this to you, Shiro.
先輩お魚の味付け濃かったですか？
It's okay. No one put oyster sauce on it this time.
どうも、さっきからなんか忘れてる気がする。
Please don't rule of threes this. A third time's just cliche.
Well, you see. They call it the trend and the cliche for a reason. What could it be? I try to convince myself that it's probably not important since I can't remember. But I feel like that's a terrible mistake.
I wonder who.
I wonder as well.
Hi, David.
Hello.
Yo.
I did not realize we would be having a surprise fellow fate here.
Hold on.
Yes.
I don't think I have added in your icon. Let me do that. Let's see. We want.
What Toku is your Avi even from, by the way? Because I feel like that is where it's from.
Oh, my my Discord profile picture.
Yes.
Common Rider 01.
I'll write that down in my little notebook.
It's a
It
good
is. I
season.
will. It is a good season. I will let you know this particular screen cap is edited. He does not have the gun in the original.
I didn't even notice the gun. That's how natural it looked. I didn't even notice the gun.
Still a great moment though. Still a great season.
Where'd you go, David?
Huh?
I grabbed your Fugi, I put it on the screen, and then I dragged it too far down in the layers, and now you've disappeared.
I vanished.
Never to be seen again, I'm sorry.
No.
Them's the rules. Well, let me just re-add you. It'll be fine. There we go.
Let's see.
So yeah, you are definitely still here. Interesting. Anyways, let me actually just add you again. I'll find you in the layer stack later.
We will go on the hunt another time. Oh god, I'm on Rin's face.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I have not resized or moved him just yet.
Diosito Santos, he's huge.
Yeah.
I am
Thank
a
you.
big guy.
Get a
Are
little
you?
larger.
Like 6'3".
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A modern day Julius Caesar, huh? No wonder Marvel likes you.
Jesus.
Did you see when I called her an ancient pharaoh?
Yes.
I am not above digging the...
Hell, nothing is. You are above nothing.
I know, I'm 5'5".
Exactly.
And if I dare attempt to be above anybody, I will find myself face first in the dirt.
Yes.
Oh gosh. All right. Also, you got to make sure to let Marwa know this, that apparently you are modern day Julius Caesar.
Oh, I'm putting it in out of context right now.
Oh no!
Good. 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 Let's see. I'm gripped by this sense of dread, like I'm ignoring a fatal disease or something.
まあいいか。どうせ大したことじゃないんだろ。
Famous last words. Try to just shove the thoughts from my mind as I go back to eating. Just then,
おはよう。いやー、寝坊しちゃった寝坊しちゃった。
Fujine comes bursting in. I forgot. How could I have forgotten this?
Ethel, bleh.
Exactly. I guess I tried to just forget my problems rather than deal with them.
To be fair, you were cut open.
Almost in half, even.
Yeah, be something you'd want to forget.
There are a lot of things I'd want to forget if I lived in the samurai estate personally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, here she comes.
シロ、ご飯。
Girl walked in and said, "Boy, give food now."
Eat. Eat this.
Oh,
Couldn't.
Lord. Fujine situates herself in her usual normal spot. How lucky that no one else just happened to sit there. Would have been real awkward if someone was there.
They know what would happen if they did.
They sense the looming death kanji over their heads.
And namely, I just more so mean Tosaka, that she just happened to pick the one spot that was not Fujine's normal spot.
She sensed a great evil coming from that spot.
藤村先生。
Oh no. Okay, now this is a power move from Tosaka. That is flying from power.
Indeed. It's
Oh,
just like
Marla.
we're at school. Oh gosh. The two greet her in unison.
はい、どうぞ先生。大したものではありませんけど、召し上がってください。
Oh my gosh. Sakura hands her a rice bowl with her usual smile. Fujine takes the bowl and tilts her head in confusion. 1, 2, 3? What? She senses something strange, but doesn't know what exactly it is. Fujine quietly chews her food. And after finishing a whole bowl of rice, she leans over to whisper in my ear.
ねえ、シロ、どうして遠坂さんがいるの？
それは今日からうちに下宿することになったからかな。
I stick to the facts.
あ、そうなの。遠坂さんも変わったことするのね。
Does she really?
うん。あいつ結構変わり者だ。学校じゃ猫かぶってる。
そっか。今日からここに下宿するのか。
I could be making so many stupid jokes right now, but I'm not.
I'm glad you're not. We want him to actually read.
Fujine seems to accept this and takes a big gulp of her miso soup. Oh, dang. The fine china.
Fujini, that was such a waste of rice.
Of rice, the miso soup, the
tea,
egg.
probably.
Yeah,
The
the
table?
tea.
Oh,
Yeah.
Freaking, who gives a shit about the table? It's the
I
food
do.
we're worried about.
Jesus Christo was a carpenter.
You are so
I
correct.
care about the table.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Jesus Christ isn't a servant, so.
We do
Also,
not.
to be fair, Jesus himself did flip tables.
Yes.
You are also correct. He, in fact, flipped tables and made sure that they got the point.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about the savior class right now, okay, David?
Fun.
Ugh, apple juice.
Love me some apple juice.
Happy juice.
And the table suddenly flips violently. Luckily, Sakura is sitting out of the path of the flying food, while Tosaka had already moved away, apparently predicting what was about to happen. So, I'm the only one who ended up splattered.
何すんだよフシネ。味噌汁だぞ、炊きたてのご飯だぞ、つくね煮込んだ鍋物だぞ。
Not the meatball!
熱いだろ。
Not the meatball.
夏に朝っぱらから鍋物だぞ。
There is never a wrong time for hot pot. How dare you?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'd have gobble for breakfast.
あんたこそ何考えてるのよシロ。同い年の女の子を下宿させるなんてどこのラブコメだい。私はそんなタチの悪い冗談じゃ笑ってやらないんだから。
笑いを取るつもりなんかねえってば。てか、やけどする。さくら、タオルくれ、タオル。
冷やしたタオルでしたら用意しておきました先輩。
Homegirl acting like, yes, this is normal. Here you go, senpai.
So this makes me think she just had the towel, like, waiting.
Probably. Probably.
She foresaw what our protagonist did not.
Mm-hmm.
サンキュー、助かる。
I would just like to point out the music in the background is vaguely Doom sounding.
Yes.
Which in
it
turn
is.
was vaguely Metallica sounding.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this is a post-Doom world. Like, that was 93. This is 2000 and... Like, what? Hold on. Doom came out before Tsukahime. Wow, okay.
Yeah. That was my phone, I apologize.
I feel so weird. Okay, never mind. Carry on.
タオルは後。そんなことより申し開きしなさいシロ。あ
I
んた
never
本
joke.
気でそんなこと言ってるの？
Look at this face. This burning face. Does this look like a joke?
おう、そんなの当たり前だ。俺がこの手の冗談苦手だって知ってるだろ。とにかく遠坂はうちに止めるんだ。文句は聞くけど変更はしないから言うだけ無駄だぞ。
There you go. It's my house and I decide the rules.
そんなの大却下。何のつもりか知らないけどダメに決まってるでしょ。同い年の女の子と一緒に暮らすなんてそんなのお姉ちゃん許しません。
Fujine roars. Well, that went about as well as I expected. Fujine's my guardian, and she's also a school teacher. I don't think I'm getting out of this situation with 100 whacks from a wooden sword, or even 100 cuts from a real one. But unfortunately, I have to find a way to live with
いや、
this.
そこをなんとか。別にやましい気持ちなんてないし、遠坂とはそういう関係でもないんだ。ただ、たまたま事故に遭ったっていうか、 成り行きで部屋を貸すことになっただけなんだってば。
うるさーい、ダメなものはダメなの。私は下宿なんて許しません。遠坂さんの事情は知らないけど、ちゃっちゃと帰ってもらいなさい。
Nah.
But what if I didn't? She's not even willing to listen. This is bad. I guess she's not as easy to convince as I thought.
You thought she was easy to convince?
先生、
Well, okay, let's look at his track record with women here. This is probably the easiest woman to convince in his life.
True.
Besides, maybe Sakura.
You right. Tosaka, stay out of this.
You're playing with forces beyond your ken, woman.
Like, you think that you are the tough girl because it's like, I'm quick on my feet, got big brain ideas, but this is the Taiga.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your tombstone. Tosaka's so casual about how she puts it. Her words seem to be like cold water dumped over Fujine's head. See, even the music stopped.
ですから昨日止めさせていただいたんです。
Rin, now is not the time for bedroom eyes.
正確には土曜の夜からお邪魔していますから2泊でした。今は別棟の客間を借りて荷物も運んであります。
He is playing with thunder.
Mm-hmm.
どうでしょう先生。客観的に見て私はもう下宿している状況なのですが。
Oh gosh. The color drains from Fujine's face.
シロ、あんたなんてことするのよ。こんなことキリツグさんが知ったらどうなるかわかってるの？
He would have been like, that's my boy.
Yeah, I too agree. He probably would have been a-okay with it. Especially with all of the extra added context that we would actually be able to tell him.
I can foresee the thumbs up from the grave.
Right?
どうなるかって親父だったら間違いなく喜ぶぞ。男の解消とかなんとか言って。
Okay, that too. He's the reason Shiro even has that idea of chivalry in his head, I suppose.
Shiro, I always knew you were my son.
Exactly.
The thing that every adopted son wants to hear from his dad.
Go over here, we're gonna have a brewski.
Dad, I'm 12. Did I stutter?
What happened? A brewski.
I'll water yours down. Come here.
どうか
I can't believe I let it get this late.
女の子には
Should have had one 5 years ago.
だからな。
Oh my gosh.
それが遺伝してるんでしょ、シロのバカ。
Dang.
Grown ass woman, by the way.
Yes.
That is what it says on the tin. Fujine grabs my collar and shakes me. Well, my old man did always teach me to protect girls. I'm not as chivalrous as my old man was, but I still agree. Even so.
何？助け舟出してほしいの？
Guys have it pretty tough though. Because of my chivalrous upbringing, I do have to keep it in mind that cold-hearted as she is, Rin still qualifies as a girl. That is also written on the tin.
頼む。俺じゃ現状を打破できない。遠坂の政治手腕に期待する。
I nod in Tosaka's direction as Fujine shakes me.
オッケー。それじゃあサクッと
I am worried.
藤村先生、エミヤ君を振っても出るのは悲鳴だけですから、そのあたりでやめてあげてください。それに下手をすると朝ごはんまで出てきかねません。
何よ遠坂さん、そんな真面目な顔したって怖くないんだから。教師として、何より四郎の教育係として遠坂さんの下宿は認めません。
You know what I really want to see is Sakura's face. Because I bet she's just like chilling in the back corner, smug look on her face, like, yes, Fujine, kick her out. Ensure that she can't stay here.
Yeah.
Fujine takes her hands off me and turns towards Tosaka. It must be her feral instincts kicking in. She must have thought Tosaka would pounce on her if she kept her full attention on me.
それはなぜでしょうか。うちの学校には下宿している生徒も少なくありません。生徒の自主性を伸ばすのが我が校の方針ではありませんでしたか？
Okay, okay.
何よ、難しいこと言ったってダメなんだから。大体ですね、こんなところに下宿したって自主性なんて芽生えません。ご飯は勝手に出てくる、いつも綺麗、お風呂は勝手に沸いてるっていう夢のようなお家なんだから。ここんなところに居候してたら堕落しきっちゃうわよ遠坂さん。
Uh-huh. Food always magically being served to you. Uh-huh.
藤ね。
That hardly seems appropriate coming from a teacher.
それにね、原則として下宿していい生徒は家が遠い生徒だけよ。遠坂さんのお家、確かにここより遠いけど登校できない場所じゃないでしょう。さくらちゃんだってあっちから通ってるんだから、下宿する必要なんてありません。
それが今うちは全面的な改装を行っているんです。
Well, that's not a lie.
Yeah. Though technically speaking, the big boom and destroy things, that's already been fixed by Archer.
古い建物ですからそこかしこにガタが来てしまっていて、改装が終わるまではホテルで暮らそうと考えていたのですが、偶然通りかかってエミヤ君に相談したところ、それはお金がもったいないからうちを使えばいいと言ってくれたんです。
それは確かに素人っぽい発言ね。
That does in fact sound like him.
はい、あまり面識のないエミヤ君からの提案には驚いたのですが、確かにホテル暮らしなんてもったいないし、何より学生らしくありません。それなら学友であるエミヤ君のお家にご厄介になった方が勉強になると思ったのです。
Fujine groans. Tosaka's answer and mannerisms are textbook. There's no room for Fujine, teacher that she is, to object.
話はわかりました。けどそれでも問題はあるでしょう。遠坂さんと四郎は女の子と男の子なんだから、一つ屋根の下で暮らすというのはどうかと思うわ。
どうかとはどんなことでしょうか、先生。
Go on. Spit it out. Say
Spell
it.
it out for us. Why are you so concerned? We're just two students living here. Being students and living.
You know, studying.
だからね、遠坂さん美人だし、四郎もなんだかんだって男の子だし、間違いがあったら嫌だなって。
Anything
Cue
inappropriate?
Ren.
Are you accusing him of being a... Never mind.
Cue Ren. Too late. Wait, did I say that out loud?
Dang.
Shiro, you are doing Ren.
何も間違いはありません。私の部屋は別棟の隅。エミヤくんの部屋は蔵の近くにある和室です。距離にしてみれば20メートル以上離れているじゃないですか。
20 meters?
ここまで離れていれば何も問題はないと思いますが。
That is a lot of space.
It's a pretty big estate.
Yeah. It really just kind of puts it in perspective.
うん。別棟には鍵もかかるし、違う家みたいなものだけど。
でしょ？それとも藤村先生はエミヤくんを信用していないとでも？先ほど先生はエミヤくんの教育係だとおっしゃいました。ならエミヤくんがどのような性格かは私より藤村先生の方がご存知だと思います。彼がそのような間違いを犯すというのでしたら私も下宿先には選びませんが。
Dang. And I could just imagine Sakura in the background, formerly, yes, do it, Fujine, kick her out, to, no, Fujine, no, you're letting her convince you. You are my one true hope.
失礼ね。シロはちゃんとしてるもん。絶対女の子を泣かせるような子じゃないんだから。
You may try.
なら安心でしょ。私もエミヤくんを信用していますから。ここなら安心して下宿できると思ったのです。
Fujine starts losing steam. Check and made Tosaka. There are a few things Fujine could have responded to, and I'm sure Tosaka would have had no trouble talking her way out of them. Anyway, it looks like Tosaka has officially gained citizenship in this house. And then, breakfast ends. As expected, Fujine gave up after Tosaka talked her down. In the end, we agreed to keep our living arrangements as a secret at school while Fujine would supervise us at home. With that decided, Fujine got really excited knowing that there were going to be more people in the house, and she left for school in a good mood. After breakfast ended, I called out to Saber before I could leave for school. Saber, calm as always, says,
学校ではリンの指示に従うように。危険が迫った時は私を必要としてください。それでマスターの異常は感じ取れますから。
She returns to her room. Time to go to school.
それじゃあ行きましょうか。この辺りの道は不慣れなんだから学校までの近道ぐらい教えてよね。
Rin Tosaka is in her school uniform, standing next to me. My image of her as an honor student is fading, but she still makes me nervous when I see her in her uniform. Just going to school with the prettiest girl is nerve-wracking though. But on top of that,
先輩、戸締まりできました。
yeah, there she is. Sakura's coming with me too. Sakura typically goes to school with Fujine because she's a member of the Kyoto Club. But this morning, Sakura stayed put in the living room, helped clean up after breakfast, and waited for me to go to school.
何？さくらに鍵持たせてるの？シロってば。
持たせてるよ。さくらは悪いことなんてしないし、ずっ
Okie
と
dokie.
世話になってるからな。まあ、その分で行くと遠坂にはやれないが、別に構わないだろ。
The Hey, do not get it twisted. You are just a guest, not a member of the family, so you don't get a spare key.
それは構わないけど、どういう意味よそれ。
悪いことするだろ。それにお前、鍵なんかなくても困らないんじゃないのか。必要ないものを作るほど水強じゃないぞ。
Wow.
Fantastic. You do bad stuff. You probably just pick the lock, get yourself in anyways. You don't need a key.
Where is the lie? I don't see it.
Me neither. He just calls it like he see it.
はあ、そうですか。ええ、シロの言う通り、これっぽっちもいらないわよ、そんなもの。
I'm glad you understand. Tosaka turns her head, huffing. Maybe I'm just getting used to her, but I'm starting to find these mannerisms of hers fascinating. It's the gap between her usual persona at school and what she really is like here.
Yeah.
It's okay, Sakura. You're still best girl.
どうしたさくら。戸締まりができたのなら行こう。今朝は遠坂もいるし、できるだけ早めに行きたいんだ。
そうですね。先輩がそう言うのなら、そうします。
Sakura's reply is pretty unenthusiastic, and she trails behind us. This isn't good. Sakura seemed down ever since Tosaka convinced Fujine to back off. Yep, thought so. Fujine might have consented, but I have a feeling Sakura isn't convinced.
ちゃんと話さないとダメかな。
Yeah, I should find a way to give these two time to get along and be friends. The slope road is packed with students. It's 7:30, which is the busiest time for students getting to school. Among the flock of students, I stand out and can feel everyone's stares since I'm in pretty famous company. Maybe she forgot something, but Tosaka's been quiet the entire time.
なんか坂道あたりから様子が変だぞ。
やっぱり変？今朝の私。
Everybody's off kilter today, huh?
Yeah, this is a very extraordinary, strange situation. Tosaka actually having friends to walk to school with. Friends in air quotes. And then you got Sakura being here with the boy, and then this girl. And then you got Shiro walking with these two girls, which is very abnormal for him because usually Sakura's long gone and Tosaka is, of course, goes to school her own way and walking alone. So, very abnormal all around.
いや、別に変じゃないが、その反応が変だ。
先輩、その説明は矛盾してます。遠坂先輩が聞いているのはそういうことじゃないと思いますけど。
何を聞きたがってるって言うんだよ、遠坂。
ですから、遠坂先輩は周りから見られているから、どこか自分の姿がおか
Sometimes
しいので
these
は
questions need a
と思
female
ってるんです
touch, you
よ
know?
ね。
Correct. Correct.
そうだけど、やっぱりさくらから見ても変？おかしいな。今朝は眠いながらもちゃんとブローしたし、制服だってシワ一つないと思うんだけど、やっぱり慣れない家で寝たもんだから目にクマでもできてるってわけ？
なんでそこで俺に怒鳴る？遠坂が寝られないのは俺のせいじゃないし、仮にそのせいで遠坂の目にクマができていたとしても大したことじゃない。気にするな。
I just love how they're having this conversation as they're walking down the sidewalk, still surrounded by people that can easily listen in and probably put 2 and 3 together and get 5.
何失礼なこと言ってるのよ。女ってのは生まれた時から自分の身だしなみを気にするものなの。
Yeah.
もう今まで外見だけは完璧でいいよって繕ってきたのに、それも今日でおしまいってことかしらね。
Oh gosh.
だからなんで俺を見て怒鳴るんだよ、遠坂は。なんで遠坂が変なのかは知らないが、間違いなくそれは俺のせいじゃない。八つあたりはよそでやってくれ。
違いますよ、遠坂先輩。先輩は今日も綺麗です。みんなが遠坂先輩を見ているのは私たちと一緒だからです。先輩、今まで誰かと投稿したことなんてなかったから。
Exactly.
何？その程度のことでこんな扱い受けるわけ？侮れないわね。10年も通ってれば学校なんてマスターしたつもりでいたけど、謎はまだ残ってたわけか。
Yeah. Osaka ponders this seriously. Hold on, what kind of person ignores someone telling them they're as beautiful as always? Oh, dang.
わかんないやつだな。遠坂が誰かと投稿すれば騒ぎになるのは当然じゃないか。それが男子生徒ならなおさらだ。
ですね。けど遠坂先輩、そういうの気にしない人なんです。だから今まで浮いた話一つなかったんですよ。
へえ、そりゃよかった。外見に騙されて泣きを見た犠牲者は今のところ一人だけってことだからな。
I whispered that part to Sakura as we walk a bit behind Tosaka, who still looks puzzled. We walk through the school gate, stairs following us the whole way. I only need to endure the stairs a little longer, since we will all separate once we get into the school building.
朝から頭痛いのがやってきちゃってまあ。
Tosaka mutters to herself as we head towards campus. Following Tosaka's gaze, I see a familiar face pushing his way through the crowd of students.
Sakura!
Scusi. Punto.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that guy. Sakura shivers at the sight of him. Shinji acts like he doesn't even see us. Instead, he makes a beeline for Sakura and says,
どうして道場に来ないんだ。お前、僕に断りもなく休むなんて何様なわけ？
Shinji raises his hand. Boy, I'll put that hand down. You might lose it. Instinctively.
よし、シンジ。朝練ご苦労様だな。
Bruh, slipped in there with the high five.
Mm-hmm. I grab his hand and greet him.
エミヤ
Wow, really completely oblivious to the surroundings.
お前そうかまたエミヤの家に行ってたのかさくら
はい先輩のところにお手伝いに行っていましたけどそれは
後輩としての義務だってまったく泥臭いなお前は勝手に怪我したやつなんて構うことないだろいいからお前は僕の言う通りにしてればいいんだよ
Shinji huffs as he lowers his hand. I have no reason to hold on to his hand if he's not going to hit Sakura, so I let go. Should have just took it. It's only fair payment.
しかしなんだねそこまでうちの邪魔して楽しいわけエミヤさくらは弓道部の部員なんだからさ無理やり朝練をサボらせるような真似しないでくれないかな
I don't have a response to that. Having Sakura come to my place to help make breakfast does hold her up in the mornings.
そんなことありません私は好きで先輩のお手伝いをしているだけです兄さん今のは言い過ぎなんじゃないですか
Oh man, girl is just on a roll today. Letting everybody know what she's thinking.
言い過ぎだってそれはお前の方だよさくらエミヤが一人住まいだからなんだって言うんだ別に一人でいいって言うんだからさ一人にしてやればいいんだよエミヤみたいなのはそっちの方が居心地がいいんだからさ
兄さんやだ今のはひどいよ
まあいい今日でエミヤの家に行くのはやめろよさくら僕が来いって言ったのに部活に来なかったんだそのくらいの罰は受ける覚悟があったんだろ
Wince. Sakura gasps and freezes. Shinji tries to grab Sakura and pull her away, but the instant he does,
おはようマトウ君黙って聞いていたんだけどなかなか面白い話だったわ今の
えどうさかお前なんでさくらといるんだよ
just love his reaction to seeing her there.
別に意外でも何でもないでしょうさくらさんはエミヤ君と知り合い私はエミヤ君と知り合いだから今朝は
Tunnel vision
3人で
is
一緒に
putting
投
it
稿してきたんだ
politely,
け
ain't
ど
it?
気づかなかった
Say that again?
Tunnel vision is really strong today, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like you said about the everything coming in threes.
Diosito Santo.
エミヤと知り合い
Yeah, who doesn't know Emiya? He's a homie.
ええきっとこれからも一緒に学校に来て一緒に下校するぐらいの知り合いだからさくらさんとも付き合っていこうかなって思ってるわ
Considering. Okay. You should have just jumped the gun and be like, and so therefore, we're friends already.
エミヤとだって
Shinji glares at me. It might be my imagination, but I feel murderous intent coming from him that goes way beyond just animosity. And while I haven't really been getting along with Shinji lately, I don't remember doing anything that would make him resent me anywhere near this much.
そんなバカな冗談がきついな遠坂は君がエミヤなんかと付き合うわけないじゃないかああそうか君勘違いしてるんだろそりゃ確かに ちょっと前までエミヤとは友達だったけど今は違うんだ。
Excuse you.
もうエミヤと僕は無関係だからあまり
Mhm.
メリットはないんだぜ。
Okay, Shiro. Shiro, listen to me. I'm not gonna say, no, the inappropriate version of the statement, but I know you have that autistic strength. You could just pick him up and powerbomb him into the sand, and nobody here would stop you. You could do that.
Yeah, he could.
そうなの？よかった。それを聞いて安心したわ。あなたのことなんてちっとも興味がなかったから。
And here's a headstone for you, dude.
I take it back. Don't powerbomb him. Tombstone him.
I take the tombstone back, hand it to Shiro. Do it with his own tombstone.
Get 6 coffins ready. One for each part I'm gonna cut them in 2.
Man. I feel bad for Shinji.
We
It's
don't.
okay. He deserves it. He, in fact, deserves more.
He deserves more, but because we live in a world written by Nasu.
Yes. I think. If I were in his shoes, Tosaka's words would have been traumatic enough. I probably wouldn't even recover for a good while.
お前。
それとマトウ君、さっきの話だけど、弓道部の朝練は自主参加のはずよ。欠席の許可が必要だなんて話は聞いてないわ。そんな規則、私はもちろん、綾子や藤村先生も聞いてないでしょうね。
Dang. He came back for a second round. As they always say, make sure to double tap.
うるさいな。兄貴が妹に何をしようが勝手だろう。いちいち人の家の事情に首を突っ込むな。
それは同感ね。だからあなたも、エミヤ君の家のことをあれこれ言うのは筋違いじゃない？まったく、こんな朝から校庭で騒がしいわよ、マトウ君。
Kenshi retreats a step, still glaring at Sakura and me in the process.
わかった。今朝の件は許してやる。けどさくら、次はないからな。今度何かあったら、その時は自分の立場ってやつをよく思い知らせてやる。
I don't like the sound of that. Shinji heads towards the school building after making his big pronouncement. He's turned tail and run after Tosaka gave him such a dressing down.
ごめんなさい先輩。兄さんがその失礼なことを言ってしまって。
Sakura's apologizing not just to me, but to Tosaka as well.
朝からいい運動になったわ。頭のギアがスパッと上がったし、ようやく調子が出てきた
Very
もの。
written statement, I think.
口喧嘩好きなのよ
I
ね
agree.
私。
Lord have mercy. I was like, that's just the warm up I needed. Jollily walks into the school building.
To be fair, he deserved that murder.
Oh, I agree.
Doesn't make it less of a murder, though.
I also agree.
それに謝るのは私の方だし、ちょっとやりすぎだったわよね今の。
No, no,
相
you
手
should
だっ
have.
て立場があるんだし。ほら、みんなの前で
I
あ
take
あいう
it
の
back.
って
Stop
し
being
ちゃダメだっ
Japanese.
て言うじゃない？
Oh man.
マトウ君が落ち込んでたら 後でフォローしてあげて。
No, make him suffer more.
これに懲りずに
Kick him
また
while he's
伝わっ
down,
てきて
even.
もいいって。
Get Nobuyuki in there.
Exactly.
兄さんが懲りていなければまたお相手をしてあ
Oh,
げてください。
they are friends.
Exactly. This is the wholesome content we love to see in the morning. Faith in humanity restored. Relieved, Sakura smiles cheerfully. Tosaka seems suddenly bashful and looks away.
先輩もできれば怒らないであげてください。
I mean, if we don't do nothing, I won't have a reason to be mad at him. The moment he does something, we got problems.
Don't
Plain and
start
simple.
none, won't be none.
Exactly.
兄さん、先輩しか友達いないから。
Gee, wonder fucking why.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, it really does take a Shiro who's more than a little bit dense to continue to put up with that kid.
He's a little autistic, as we've established.
Mm-hmm.
わかってるよ。怒るなっていうのは無理だけど、シンジはああいうやつだってのは知り合った時から知ってる。
Scary thing is, he used to actually be a nice kid, believe it or not.
Yeah, I can believe that. Oh, I certainly can. I like to believe in the people are always start good and then things happen that turns into the dark side and then they just never recover.
Oh, we are gonna have some words when you have a discussion of a certain character.
Oh no. Were they born evil? Are they Chucky?
No. It is a question, though.
Oh, okay. We get to the philosophical part of the novel. Got it.
Yeah, no, you ever fist fight somebody over abortion?
Huh?
I'ma stop, carry on. Is abortion a good word on Twitch?
Honestly, I don't know.
It's a medical term, you know?
It is. It is a medical term. It is not a slur of any sort. Wow. Hmm.
ま、なんかの表紙でまた付き合いが深くなるのは目に見えてるしさ。気長にやっていくよ、あいつとは。
Baby steps.
Man, Eric really got me.
よろしくお願いします先輩。
Oh, what did he say? Oh, posture check. Also,
no, we're not.
hello.
Hello.
Uh,
The out of context, Richard.
oh, the out of context. Words were said. Or documented, shall
going-
I say.
As I was going to type yours, Eric hit me with that one.
Exactly. Because as it should be, that definitely did belong to be documented. So, thank you, Eric. Sakura quickly bows. Yeah. The only thing I get really mad at Shinji about is the way he treats his sister like crap.
Yeah.
それじゃあ先輩、今日も一日頑張りましょうね。
Sakura heads towards the first year floor. Osaka and I climbed the stairs to the second year floor. Huh? Oh. Right. See, now this is who I was expecting to see first thing walking in the schoolyard. But instead, we got the brother. Hey, Issei, how you doing? I know you're triggered right now, but don't worry about it. I have not fallen for her wiles. I know what she's really like. You were right all along. There was no doubt.
なぜに遠坂と一緒にいるのか、エミヤシロ。
Pulled out the government name.
I know. Dang. He's just that triggered. Understandably. Like, literally, the last time we saw him at school, we just had a conversation about her saying she's a
Being Kono
vixen.
Tanuki.
Yeah, like, avoid her with everything that you got.
あら、おはよう龍道くん。朝からハウアとはご挨拶ね。
Not the smug grin again. Why are you like this?
We love her.
Oh gosh.
目覚めから嫌な予感がしたが、まさか案件殺とはな。えい、いいからこっちに来い、エミヤ。遠坂の近くにいたら毒が移る。毒
You
が。
could hear the frustration in those first couple lines.
Right?
That's just peak muttering under your breath.
Man. He's so concerned. Issei tugs my arm hard. Osaka looks at Issei and me without a word, then walks towards Class 2A as if nothing happened.
行くがいい。誰も止めはしないからな。
Wow, this really has that same exact vibe as the yeah, run. Yeah, we totally beat him, buddy. Like, yeah. Tosaka silently passes by. But then, oh no.
シロ、昼休みに屋上。
No. Oh no. Issei's gonna have an actual aneurysm from that one. Oh, okay, she whispered it. That's fine. She whispers that to me, so Issei won't hear. It's lunchtime. After seeing Tosaka and me in the morning, Issei hasn't been speaking to me. He's been treating me like a traitor. Oh no, not the homie.
It too, Emiya.
Like for real.
さっきのは悪乗りしすぎたか。
I feel just a bitter regret. Issei interrogated me about why I was with Tosaka this morning, and my response was,
休みの間に親密になったんだ。
That's the
"Oh
worst thing you could
no,
have said.
no, no." Yeah, Me too, Issei. I'll be giving him the cold shoulder too.
That was your best idea. That was your best idea. That was what you were going to say to smooth things over?
Oh gosh. That's just as bad as what Tosaka told Sakura earlier. I'm living here. Because he said I could. So, goodbye. Like, what? That was not a great idea. I expected Issei's next set of questions to be about how and why we got close, but before I could explain further, Issei staggered away.
まあちょうどいいか
Don't start vague and get specific, then go vague.
Exactly. Having fewer people involved will make things easier.
Okay, I need to use the restroom again.
Okay.
Wait, if there's about to be a choice, I want to at least see what it is, but...
Okay. So, anyway, the first thing I need to do is... Yeah, there is a break. Go meet Tosaka, because she did, in fact, request that I go to the rooftop. Or we can go and explain things to Sakura.
I leave your choice of death in your hands.
Sounds good. Hum. I mean, to be fair, explaining everything to Sakura should not take long. So I should be able to go over there, resolve that, and then head up to the rooftop. It'll be fine. Though, if this turns out into one of those, Tosaka needed me on the rooftop at the absolute beginning of lunch because shenanigans are about to start taking place in broad daylight. Maybe I should go there first. Well, we're just going to treat this like a queue. I made the plan to explain everything to Sakura first. That thought came to mind, so I'm going to do that. Then head to the rooftop. Hopefully, bad things do not happen as a result. Oh, right. It was hectic this morning and I couldn't properly explain myself then, so I should go and talk to Sakura now. I head up to the 4th floor, to the first year classrooms. I peek into her classroom from the hallway, and Sakura noticed me right away.
何かあったんですか、先輩?
Sakura steps into the hallway and tilts her head in confusion. I thought she would be depressed after what happened with Shinji this morning, but she seems fine.
いや、なんかあったってわけじゃなくて、遠坂のことを桜に許してもらおうと思って。朝はちゃんと話せなかったから、帰る前に謝っておきたかったんだ。
遠坂先輩を許すって何をですか?
Really hitting me with the... So what part should I forgive you for? The fact that she was rude this morning, the fact that she's living there at all, or what? You gotta be more specific.
いや、だからあいつがしばらく下宿することだよ。前もって桜に相談するべきだったのに、俺一人で決めちまってごめん。けど、遠坂の下宿はちゃんと訳があって、やましいことなんかみじんもないんだ。その、桜は許してくれないだろうけど、それだけは言っておきたくて。
I lower my head apologetically.
やめてください、先輩。そんな風に先輩が謝ることなんてありません。
classmates, the other people in the hallway, etc., watching this happen. What's Sakura doing over there with Emiya senpai? Like, you know, they came to school this morning too, and there's this whole shebang with Sakura's brother. What if it's related to that? And then the rumors do what the rumors do. Spread. Anyways.
確かに遠坂先輩が下宿することは驚きました。けど、藤村先生も許可したんだし、何の問題もないと思います。あの家は先輩のお家なんですから、先輩の好きにしていいんだし。
バカ、何言ってるんださくら。あの家は俺と藤姉とさくらのだろ。俺一人で勝手をしていいことじゃない。
But don't you forget, you are the true waifu. This is just as much your house as it is mine.
先輩。
You can't just say stuff like that with a straight face.
だから俺が謝るのも当然なんだ。さくらは遠坂より俺に怒ってくれ。その家族に黙って遠坂を呼んだのは俺なんだから。下宿の件だってさくらが嫌だって言うならすぐ取りやめる。それで許してもらえることじゃないけど、さくらが嫌なことは続けられない。
This isn't just me trying to smooth things over. I'm speaking from the heart. Oh, we can tell. Teaming up with Tosaka doesn't mean she needs to live with me. There should be other ways to work effectively with her.
じゃあ許します。遠坂先輩の下宿も許可するし、先輩の勝手も許しちゃいます。それでいいですか、先輩。
いいのか、さくら。
はい。どんな事情があるのかも聞きません。私は先輩がそう言ってくれただけで十分です。
She really said. And thus I am the true winner here. Do what you want. Sakura looks at me, smiling warmly. She's not pretending. Sakura is giving her honest approval of Tosaka staying with me.
さくら。すごく嬉しい。
いえ、すごく嬉しいのはこっちの方ですから。あ、けど先輩、もしですよ。もし私が嫌だって言ったら、先輩はどうしたんですか？
I mean, that's what he was saying. If you said no, then he's gonna find a way to kick her out.
そうだな。もしかしたら俺の方から出向いてたかもしれない。しばらくは遠坂と一緒にいなくちゃいけないんだから。
Bruh. Dang. You are not making things good. Like, you was doing so well. You were riding the high. You was surfing at the top of the wave. And now you're fumbling. You're crashing. Soon to be drowning.
先輩が出向くって、
Yeah, not the right line.
遠坂が下宿するんじゃなくて、遠坂のところに下宿してたと思う。それなら、さくらにも藤姉にも迷惑かけないし。
Dang. It was so sweet, so perfect. Until it wasn't. The thought of staying at the home of a girl I admire, or rather, admired, would be terrifying, but I would have no other
い
choice.
や、でも助かった。そうなったらあいつ、今よりもっと俺をからかいそうだし。
Oh gosh. That's a relief. I'm so glad Sakura forgave me. Hey, wait.
さくらなんだよ。なんか顔色悪いぞ。
The poor girl, this roller coaster of emotions. Absolute elation from hearing Shiro's true thoughts to then hearing, oh yeah, if she can't stay with me, I'll just go stay with her. Huh?
I see you made the correct choice.
Of course. Though Shiro, however, doing so well, and now it's currently crashing and burning. I call out to her, asking if she's alright. Sakura seems to be lost in thought.
言わなくてよかった。
Excuse me?
Lord have mercy. Goodness. So, basically what you missed was Shiro attempting to explain himself and apologize to Sakura, and basically being like, you are my family, and that house that I live in is just as much yours as it is mine. So therefore, there we go. It's just as much your house as it is mine. So therefore, I should have came to both you and Fujine to ask. And then Sakura was like, "Aww," and she was just so happy, absolutely elated. And then he also mentioned that, like, and also if you want to say that you don't want Osaka to be there, then yeah, I'll make sure that she's no longer there. And like I mentioned, Sakura was so happy, absolutely elated. She should have just left right then to keep Shiro from doing what he did next. Because she said, so if I said no, hypothetically speaking, what would you have done? And this boy said, well, I guess if she can't stay with me, I would just have to go stay with her because we kind of need to stay together. And that absolutely destroyed the poor girl.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. You had one job. Well, that answers that question. Because what I was expecting was, okay, we go talk to Sakura. That should take no more than like 5 minutes. Lunch usually lasts for like a half hour plus, so we should have plenty of time to still go up to the roof. Why did we not go to the roof right afterwards? But anyways, it's after school. The end of day bell rings and I prepare my bag to go home. Saber's waiting, so I should go straight home. There are a few students still scattered in the hallway. Some students are going to their club activities. Some students still lingering, killing time. And a student who's about 10 meters away, stomping towards me, looking real mad. There are just so many kinds of students still around. Bruh. And all I can say about him is he is nothing if not consistent. You know? I think there's something strange in that mix of students. So I quickly turn and head towards the stairs. That looks weird. I'm just gonna leave now.
そうだ。
Not the combat music.
唐突に思い出したけど、朝方なんか言われてたな、俺。
I may have been told to do something, but at this point, my only choice is to pretend I forgot. Actually, I don't see that working. I'll just say I didn't hear.
そこまでよ。人の顔見て逃げ出すなんていい度胸してるじゃない。
Dang.
I got caught.
Yeah. Actually, there's nowhere for me to run if I go home. So I let myself get caught here to minimize the damage because there's witnesses. So she can't get too crazy. Yet. I turn slowly.
Slowly I turn.
Yeah, she's absolutely livid. The way she looks now, you wouldn't even imagine she's the school's top honor student.
よう、奇遇だな、登坂。帰るなら一緒に帰るか？
Yo, Johnny!
Oh my god.
どうせ行き先
I
は
don't know a lot of Japanese, but
Yeah. It's the pocket phrases that pop
the
up a
important
lot.
one. I know how to repeat and add a like
Oh.
hell at the end.
帰るかじゃ
Ooh.
ないわよバカシロ。あんた自分の立場分かってるの？せっかく忠告してあげようと思ったのに、どうして屋上に来なかったのよ。
Huh? She approached so quickly. Teared. I'm scared. Terrified.
You got so scared you mixed the words up.
Yeah. She looks so threatening. At this point, she won't even listen to any excuses I make. But she probably won't calm down if I don't explain myself.
すまん。昼はさくらのとこに行ってたんで、屋上には行けなかった。
She's showing no sign of calming down, so I tell her the truth. And then she roundhouses me. Tosaka looks at me blankly, like she's just seen a ghost.
さくらのところって、もしかして私がエミヤ邸に下宿する件で？
Oh, okay. Good. She doesn't overreact.
朝はうやむやになっただろ？だから、ちゃんとさくらに遠坂の下宿を許してもらったんだ。
そう。まあ、そういうことなら仕方ないか。
Exactly. Take it down like 100 notches. Tosaka sheaths her sword just like that. And then, for some reason,
いいわ。昼間の件はチャラにしてあげる。さくらのこと余計な心配かけたわね。
she looks sullen as she makes her apology.
いや、遠坂が謝ることなんてないけど。それより、屋上に呼びつけた要件って何だったんだ？大事な話だったんだろ？なんか。
Yeah, something. You mentioned a warning? Are we about to get attacked by fellow stand users?
まあね。呼びつけたのはマスターとしての話があったからよ。学校に結界が張られているから注意しろって言いたかったの。
Oh, yeah. Actually, hold on. Is this the same field that we heard about before that's leeching the life force of the students?
Yes, sir. That is the one and the same. That's, you know,
Okay.
before she didn't know Shiro was involved, so she had no reason to tell him.
Right. Yeah, that's right. And then she encountered Lancer and they had their fight, so there was no way for it to, find whatever is maintaining the field and theoretically destroy it. So, yeah. Hmm.
ちょっと待った。結界ってこの学校にか。
ええ、シローは気づいてないようだけど、厄介なものが仕掛けられてるのよ。社員はかなりの範囲に仕組まれていて、発動すれば学校の敷地をほぼ包み込むわ。種別は結界内にいる人間から血肉を奪うタイプ。まだ準備段階のようだけど、それでもいつもよりみんなに元気がないって気づかなかった？
That makes sense. Everyone would, in fact, be a bit lethargic if their energy is just being drained away. I know I said earlier in stream that being at school just steals the life out of you, but being metaphorical, not literal. Now that she mentions it, I felt a little strange 2 days ago. But was that why? But that
つまり
means
学校にマスターがいる。
そう、確実に敵が潜んでいるってわけ。わかったエミヤくん。まさか学校で仕掛けてくるとは思えないけど、いつ戦いになってもいいように気を配っておけって言いたかったの。
no wonder Tosaka was so mad. Here I was, spending my entire day in ignorant peace.
すまん。やっぱり昼間は俺が悪かった。トサカ。
No, you made the right choice. It's fine.
そうね。セイバーに白を任されたってこともあるし、つまんない理由だったらギアスの一つもかけてたところよ。
Oh, not a Gias.
けど、今回は多めに見てあげる。結果論だけど、今日一日何も起きなかったし。
And there's the flag. I wonder what's actually going to happen within the next 5 minutes. So all's well that ends well. I feel better hearing her say that.
それで結界を張ったマスターが誰かは分かっているのか。やっぱり。
いいえ、
Oh, oops.
それはまだわからない。学校には私以外に魔術師らしき気配はないから部外者かもしれないけど、あなたみたいに素人がマスターになる場合もあるでしょ。
Yeah?
だから断定はできないんだけど、まあ十中八九うちの人間の仕業でしょうね。学校に結界を張る以上、ここに紛れ込んでいても不審に思われない人間だろうから。
Someone who wouldn't seem suspicious if they came into the school. So it'd either be a student or a teacher. Whoever it might be, means Tosaka and I aren't the only masters here.
問題はそれだけじゃないわ。シロ、この結界はね、発動したら最後、結界内の人間を一人残らず溶解して吸収する代物よ。私たちは生き物の胃の中にいるようなものなの。
Oh.
魔力で自分自身を守っている私たちには効果はないだろうけど、魔力を持たない人間ならわけもわからないうちに衰弱死しかねない。一般人を巻き込むどころの話じゃないわ。この結界が起動したら学校中の人間は皆殺しにされるのよ。
Alright, you said his trigger words. Time for him to become officially involved. Let's take down the bounded field.
わかる？こういうふざけた結界を準備させるやつがこの学校にいるマスターなの。
My vision blurs momentarily.
You were right.
I take a deep breath so I can make sure I fully comprehend what Tosaka's trying to say. But it stops there. I attempt to imagine the worst possible outcome, even if my imaginings may fall short, and I keep that image deep within my heart and accept the position I've been placed
話
in.
は分かった。それで登坂、その結界とやらは壊せないのか？
試したけど無理だった。
お、
結界の起点は全部探したんだけど、それを消去できないのよ。私にできるのは一時的に起点を弱めて結界の発動を先延ばしにするだけよ。
Oh? Well, dang. I would say, hey, let me take a crack at it, but
We've learned that he can't even break things right, so.
actually, you know what? Hear me out.
Mhm.
What's his one unique skill that he's got? Basically, getting a blueprint analysis of whatever he's focusing on, right?
Right. He gets to pull a Suda and use his key to figure out the layout.
Exactly. All right. So hear me out again. The one thing that he always is trying to do, but constantly fails at, except for like the 1 to 3 times in his entire life, is strengthening. He strengthens the sources, fails, and it breaks. Yeah? Yeah?
Okay, maybe. Wow, okay.
発動を先延ばしにする。じゃあ登坂がいる限りは結界は張られないのか？
そう願いたいけど、それも都合のいい願いでしょうね。もう結界は張られていて、発動のための魔力は少しずつ溜まってきている。アーチャーの見立てだと、あと8日程度で準備が整うとか。
Okay. Got 8 days.
そうなったらマスターかサーバントか、どちらかがその気になれば、この学校は地獄になる。
じゃあそれまでに。
この学校に潜んでいるマスターを倒すしかない。けど探すのは難しいでしょうね。この結界を張られた時点でそいつの勝ちみたいなものだもの。あとは黙ってても結界は発動するんだから、その時まで表には出てこない。だからチャンスがあるとしたら、
表に出てくるその時だけってことか。
ご名答。まあそういうわけだから、今はおとなしくしてなさい。その時になったら嫌でも戦うことになるんだし。自分から探し回って敵に知られるのもバカらしいでしょ。
Yeah, fair enough. I get it. We can't leave someone who would have made Bounded feel like that on the loose. But since I don't know who they are, just making a move at random might cause more problems than it solves.
そういうこと。今日のうちにできる結界への対処は済ませたから、あとはまた明日よ。これ以上校舎に残っていてもやることないし、シローは先に帰っていて。
先に帰るのはいいけど、登坂は？
私のことはいいでしょ。シローはセイバーを待たせてるんだから、早く帰らないと怒られるわよ。
Don't you look at me like that.
I know. I forgot. Saber was against me coming or going to school, and she only allowed me to do so under the condition that I come home before sunset. Looks outside. Oh no.
Muévete, muévete,
それじゃあ後で
muévete.
寄り道せずに帰りなさいよ。
Tosaka makes her way towards the back of the school. Maybe she has something to do at the gym. After watching her backside, headed towards the gym for a bit, I hurry out of the school.
Or in words that's in Spanglish, múvele.
The gate is still
そ
locked.
うか。こんなに早く帰ってきたのなんて久しぶりだ。
Yeah, you usually got work or something. Speaking of which, you should let them know you're not coming in for quite a while. Usually help out doing odd jobs or go to a part-time job, so it's rare for me to come straight home from school. I usually find the gate unlocked and Sakura preparing dinner inside. I've gotten so used to that after a year, I've forgotten how important coming home early can be. Even the simple act of opening a locked gate helps me realize how thankful I should be for Sakura coming here. Yes, you should.
Tadaima.
I step into the hallway as I call out. The moment I enter the living room, I see the blonde girl.
帰ったのですね、マスター。
For a split second, as I see Saber, I feel like I've been hurled into a dream or some sort of fantasy.
シロ、今帰ってきたのではないのですか？
She calls my name in a quiet voice. I finally come back to reality.
セイバーだよな。悪い。いきなりなんで驚いた。
To be fair, it is very. Look, she moved in like 2 people ago.
Yeah,
I wouldn't quite be used to it either, I think.
I agree.
Like, it'd be one thing if it was just a person in your house. That is not just a person. That is an entirely different ethnicity of a person. That is an entire different continent, most likely.
As you like to say whenever she suddenly appears, white woman spotted. And this was as soon as he opened up the front door. Like, open door, there she is. Huh? Oh, right.
Furthermore, this is an entirely different time period she's from. Like,
You right.
there's so many layers here.
Yes.
私はマスターの指示に従ってここに待機していたのですが、間違っていましたか？
まあいや、こっちの勘違いだから気にしないでくれ。それより体の方はいいのか、セイバー。頻繁に眠るって言ってたけど、今はその。
起きていても支障はありません。
Nice. But you did get basically a school day, a Japanese school day's worth of sleep in. That's a lot of sleep.
いえ、可能な限り戦闘時以外は眠っていた方がいいのですが、それでは勘が鈍りますから。
Yeah.
定期的に目覚めて体を動かしていなければ、いざという時に動きが鈍ります。
そっか。言われてみればその通りだ。人間、一日中寝てたら頭が痛くなるし、セイバーだって眠くて眠ってるわけじゃないんだし。
そうですね。眠りを必要とする疲れはありません。ですがシロ、あなたは眠りすぎると頭を痛くするのですか？
痛くなるだろう、そりゃ。普通、一日の半分も寝てたら体の調子を悪くするって。俺の場合は頭が痛くなって目が覚めるから半日も眠ってられない。
That was because I didn't want to exist. So.
I've done so on many an occasion. I just keep sleeping. And
It's
I don't
just
let
that
up until I'm good.
But usually when I wake up, I'll feel better, but my body will be worse from there.
Yeah.
My body will be like, girl, you haven't had water in 24 hours. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that is true. The mental, ooh wee, it's like, man, let's go do it. Let's go solve every problem possible. Uh the physical, however, it'd be like, I'll allow it this time. Make sure it does not happen again anytime soon.
Meanwhile, 1 week later.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
不思議な話ですね。私はそのようなことはありませんでした。今も昔も眠ろうと思えばいくらでも眠れますし。
それはなんか生き物として間違ってると思うぞ、セイバー。一日中寝てるなんてもったいない。眠気が取れたら起きて遊んでいた方が楽しいだろ。
But you see, what if she's like Jack? It's just an EP girl.
そうですね。確かにその方が無駄はありません。
だろ？今は俺のせいでそうなっちまったけど、俺から縁が切れたら普通の生活サイクルに戻れよ。
You do realize that she is the manifested form of the soul of an ancient hero. Ancient in air quotes. Like, once this ends, she just goes poof and turns back into a spirit and goes back to wherever prospective servants hang out until the next Holy Rail War.
俺が言えることじゃないけどさ、これが癖になって一日中寝てたらぐうたらなやつだなんて思われるから。
Wow.
それはすでに手遅れかもしれません。私は皆にそう思われていたかもしれない。
Dang. She thinks about it and furrows her brow. I thought this was just idle chit chat, but Saber doesn't really seem to get jokes. We move to the living room. Saber looks like she wants to know what happened today, so I decide to tell her about the bounded field at school Tosaka warned me about.
そうですか。学校に集まる人間を生贄にするつもりなのですね。そのマスターは。
率直に言えばそういうことだろう。遠坂はまだまだ時間がかかるとは言っていたけど。
同感です。それほど大規模な結界の完成には時間がかかる。学校の校舎というものは封鎖しやすい建物ですから、おそらく神殿に見立てた祭壇なのでしょう。
So if you know that much, you've got some ideas on how to destroy it, right?
それだけの規模な結界を完璧に起動させるには、早くて10日は必要です。
10日。俺が異常を感じたのが2日前の土曜日だから、まだ8日は猶予があるってことか。遠坂の見込みと同じだな。
Yep. Those timelines and estimates do match up.
はい。その結界が生贄を集めるものであれ、守りを固めるものであれ、完成させては厄介です。それまでに結界を張ったマスターを見つけ出せれば良いのですが。
そうだな。遠坂は難しいって言ってたけど、学校に潜んでいる以上は特定しやすいはずだ。なんとか見つけ出して結界を止めさせよう。
The chances of them being someone from school are pretty high, considering where they set up their bounded field. A student or teacher. Starting tomorrow, I'll search the school as thoroughly as I can during lunch and try to find anyone suspicious. He says, after just leaving school, talking with Tosaka, and also reaching the conclusion that, okay, Shouldn't do anything reckless. Can't make it obvious that we're searching for him.
あとは、そうか。そいつがどんなサーバントを連れているかっていう問題か。
Well, he's not striking at random. He's just investigating.
True. Then again, we'll only learn that once we found them. Then the only other thing I can do right now is think about the servants I've encountered already. Which, to a certain degree, I feel like it's a pretty fair guess, though certainly not a guarantee.
So let's go down the list.
Yeah.
That'll be Archer,
Right.
Lancer, Saber, Berserker.
Yep.
Is there a fifth?
Yeah, is there a fifth, or is this mystery person just the Lancer's master? Because notably, whenever Ren initially noticed this and stuck around at school to start investigating some, who'd she get attacked by? Lancer. So it would be reasonable to assume that he is the servant of such a master. But certainly it's not a
kind of
guarantee.
animalistic.
Yes, exactly. But it's certainly not a guarantee, because he could have just been there to investigate too, and then saw Archer and said, well, I guess since I'm here, might as well kill two birds with one stone. Pokety poke poke poke.
Sure did do a lot of poking.
Mm-hmm. And that is a good point, Eric. Could it be an assassin? Yeah. I don't know how they conduct themselves, and of course it would be depending on who the assassin is. But yeah, an underhanded method of let's just kill a bunch of people while they're completely unawares.
If you want to go that route, though, a bounded field's an inherently magical property.
You right.
It could be a caster.
You right. It could be a caster.
There's so much at play here, but we know it's not one of the three that we know.
Yes, it is definitely not Berserker. There's not a thought in that head besides destroy. It's definitely not Saber. And it's definitely not Archer, because both of them are like, what vile creature would use such a ritual to sacrifice the normies? Basically. So
I was not ready for that.
So basically, that's everyone else that it could potentially be. So Saber's awake, so now's my chance to ask her about them. Okay then. I want to ask about Lancer, Archer, Berserker. Let's ask about Lancer, because they're the ones that we encountered first. They did a number on my heart. Literally. That guy. I should ask about the very first servant I encountered, Lancer. Saber fought against him, and it looked like she figured out who he was.
なあ、セイバー。ランサーのことなんだけど、あいつは何者なのかわかるか？
は、ランサーのことですか？
なあ、セイバーがあいつを追い返してくれたとき、何か言っていたじゃないか。アイルランドのなんとかとか。だからもしかして、セイバーはあいつの正体に気づいているのかなって。
ああ、そういうことですか。驚きました。シローが他のサーバントの正体を知りたいとは思っていなかったもので。
知らなくちゃやっていけないって話だからな。けど、なんでそこで嬉しそうなんだよ、セイバーは。
シローが戦う気になっているからです。正体を知った相手ならば対策が立てられる。まず弱点が分かった相手から仕留めるのは戦いの常道ですから。
I don't intend to seek out someone to fight if they haven't done anything wrong, but it'll only derail the conversation if I bring that up
いい
now.
から、ランサーの正体。今の口ぶりだと知ってるんだな、セイバー。
はい。あの構想と全身に帯びたルーンの守り、加えて戦いではなく生き延びることに特化した能力から言って間違いはないでしょう。彼の神名はクーフーリン。魔装ゲイボルクを操るアイルランドの大英雄です。
クーフーリン。
I've never heard that name. Which, you know what? If I wasn't an avid Persona player, me neither.
I certainly didn't know.
Then again, I don't know much about Irish mythology.
で、強いのか、そのクーフーリンってやつは。
I mean,
The two comparisons I've heard are number one, Irish Hercules, and number two, Irish Jesus. So take your pick.
Interesting. Those are certainly two comparisons. Huh. Okay.
この国では知名度が低いですから存在が劣化していますが、それでも十分すぎる能力です。こと敏捷性に関してならば他の追随を許さないでしょうし、彼の宝具はこの戦いに最も適した武器だと思います。
Want to see me run to this mountain? Want to see me do it again?
宝具。ああ、あの槍か。そういえばあいつの槍、最後に変な動きを見せたけど、あれがゲイボルクってやつなのか。
おそらくはゲイボルクの伝承は諸説あります。
So, you know, this makes me wonder. As far as the servants are concerned, how do they just know the lore on all of these various heroes? Do they just like have a library of their fellow potential servants' history that they just read up on while they're not being summoned? Do they just get uploaded in their mind? Because it's like one thing, of course, if they're like contemporaries, like, okay, we lived in the same exact era, our cultures theoretically encountered each other, I heard whisperings of this guy. But it's a whole nother thing if it's like, yes, me from the negative 500 knowing about the person in the positive 1000.
If I had to pull up because I know I've talked about this with E-Man before, right? Because like Arthur and Beowulf, you know, the King Arthur and the Beowulf,
Yeah.
are contemporaries.
Yeah.
So, I'm honestly not sure about the specifics, and I don't remember if it's ever mentioned. And the one bit of information that I do have is a very specific case for that servant, so it's not even worth bringing up.
Okay. The Noble Phantasm, the Akashic record. They just know everything. But anyways, it would be very interesting to know what's the ins and outs there.
I can
Anyways,
consult David later because that's even something that I need to know.
yeah, he might know.
曰く 足で投擲する呪いの槍だとか、貫いた瞬間に内部から線のトゲを生やして
お
相手を絶命させる魔装だとか。
You just kick the spear at your target, and it goes forth and
No, that's about right from the legends that I'm aware of.
okay. I'm because like whenever she said that, I'm just imagining like a like in football, they're like lining up the spear, getting ready to kick a field goal, and it's like, all right, come on in, and they punt the spear.
It's a particular kind of technique where you pierce with the spear at first, like where you had typically you hold one hand and the back hand you slide it through, and
Yeah.
then with get some extra oomph, you give it a kick with the back of your foot.
Yes,
That kind
to
of
give it
thing.
that extra bit of push.
Yeah, the extra bit of push and power because, as a reminder, even in the Viking days, spears could pierce mail.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. What makes spears so good? All that force confined to a very tiny little point.
Like the rolling stab that Vikings loved to use was an incredible power. Like, oh my god. And 6-foot Fjord over there doing a rolling stab.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be able to do a number on you.
I agree. Okay. I can imagine that a lot better now.
なんか全く違う言い伝えじゃないのか今のは。そんなんで伝説の武器だなんて言えるのか。
By it being a weapon from a legendary weapon.
Just because, well, the thing is, just
It's in the
because there are
name.
multiple legends doesn't mean those two legends can't come together.
Yeah, and then also, if anything, that just makes it more famous because got all these different legends about it.
The thing about Gay Bolg, too, is that it wasn't just used by Cuchulainn.
Mm-hmm.
It was all. At first, it was used by his teacher, Skahak,
Okay.
who is a terrifying woman.
Fun.
I don't know if you ever met a Scottish woman, but
I have met a Scottish one.
yeah, they could be kind of scary. A great warrior from the Land of Shadows, she mentored Cuchulainn in the ways of the spear. And I feel like if you're teaching the greatest hero of Ireland how to use a spear, you're probably pretty good at it at first.
I agree. That usually is how that works.
We
Something-
stand a Queen of
something-
Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
「ですから続きがあるのです。ゲイボルクの能力は様々な形で伝えられていますが、その全てに心臓をうがつという一節が残っている。それは武器としての能力ではなく、あくまで持ち主の技量だと思っていましたが、間違いだったようですね。
Hmm.
魔装の正体。ランサーのゲイボルクの能力は文字通り心臓をうがつものです。
The moment she brings this up, I vividly recall the scene. That night, the spear thrust at Saber's feet had suddenly changed trajectory, heading straight for her heart instead.
つまりあいつの槍は
ええ。使えば必ず敵の心臓をうがつ魔装なのでしょう。空間をねじ曲げているのか、因果率を変えているのか。
Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure what we read was it was the causality option.
Yeah. Cause and effect.
Yeah.
It changes the effect and then decides the cause.
No one can evade the Emerald Splash.
I, okay, to be fair, he did pierce her heart, but it was a little tap.
Yeah.
ともあれ、槍自体の呪いとランサー自身の技量でしょうね。こと1対1の戦闘において、これほど効率的な武器もありません。何しろ、全く無駄がない。
Makes sense.
無駄がない。無駄がないってどういう意味だよ。
Practical, as in good for one-on-one combat with insert servant or master here.
わかりませんか。ランサーの槍は城を破壊することはできませんが、人間一人を殺すだけなら十分です。
Yup.
宝具というものはその規模によって消費する魔力が変わります。
It's efficient. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A ランクの宝具を持つ者はその使用に大量の魔力を消費する。一度使ってしまえば失った分の魔力補充には時間がかかるのです。
So how would Gayvolk interact with a space marine having 2 hearts?
See, that's where the thorns that go through the veins come into play.
Yeah. Either that or it just changes its directory such that it goes through both. Or it's just lame and picks one. He said, I'm skewering a heart because most people I fight have one, so that's all I'm trying to do. The fact that you had a backup, good on you. I will come back for that. But for now, this heart is mine. Hope.
The fact that you said it exactly the way that he says it every time. Like the amount of times I've had to use. So obviously, I play the mobile game RPG. And Lancer is my boy in that game because he's so hard to kill. That as a last line of defense, if it's just him and the boss, he can do this shit all day.
Which makes sense.
And the amount of times that his noble phantasm is the linchpin to him surviving until that last turn. I have heard him say, "Your heart is mine," over and over and over, that if I knew Japanese, I could repeat the inflection exactly.
Oh, man.
Hodaimo Ken, like he says it like that, right? Like,
yeah. And probably, I don't know what the is mine would be, but something like a Kimi no Kokoro.
yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Yeah, because that's the your heart portion. But yeah, amazing. Your heart is mine. Who knew he was a phantom thief before there were phantom thieves?
Bro is celebrating Valentine's Day way before Valentine's Day. It is February, though.
It is
in-game and
February.
IRL.
Yes, that's true.
ですが人を一人。いえ、サーバントを倒すのにそれほど強大な破壊力などいりません。ランサーのように一撃で仕留められるのであれば、それ以上の戦果はないでしょう。
つまりなんだ、大砲一発分より弓矢一本の方がコストが低い。
Exactly. Especially when both can get the job done. Just shoot the arrow.
It's a little wasteful to aim a cannonball at one
サーバン
person.
トには弓矢など当たりません。
Mhm.
結果としてサーバント同士の戦いは大砲の打ち合いになるのですが。
Yeah, there you go. The force of a cannonball. but the efficiency of an arrow.
And that gets scary because that scales exponentially.
Oh,
The
yeah,
force
with
of
the
a nuke.
scaling.
The
Yeah.
force of a nuke with the efficiency of a cannonball is terrifying.
I mean, yeah. Eric says, nah, screw that guy in particular. Fire the cannonball.
ランサーのゲイボルクはその弓矢を命中させられる槍ってことか。しかもかすり傷じゃなく確実に命を奪う心臓に当ててくる。
そういうことです。加えて使うための魔力量もそう多くない。あの程度の魔力消費なら7回使っても魔力の補充は必要ないでしょう。
Oh, hot dang. Well, like I was saying earlier, this first heart is mine. I'm coming back for that second. You can just do
It's
that.
a little funny because I'm hearing about mana cost, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in the back of my head of a servant who can just spam his over and over and over because technically his doesn't have a cost.
Okay.
But that's a gentleman for another time. I don't even know if you'll meet him. We gotta get through this first after all.
You right. You right. I probably will eventually. Once I'm through with this, it'll be like, all right, I have been thoroughly initiated into the Fate. I can go and watch like all the anime, read a manga as 3, etc.
ですから彼の魔装はこの戦いに適しているのです。通常のサーバントは数回戦闘すれば休まざるを得ません。ですがランサーならば6人を続けて相手にすることもできる。まあ1対1であることが条件になってきますが。
Therefore, his weakness is gang up.
Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
Exactly. And meanwhile, Hercules, needing to be killed like 9+ times.
That stock of lives is really gonna bite us in the ass, man.
Yeah, I remember reading that on his sheet. Yeah, it
Like,
did not
even-
mention how many lives he had, but it did mention more lives.
Oh yeah, the fact that we're dealing with multiple stocks at all, which means that even in a one-on-one Lancer is fighting for his life, is scary.
Yeah. But it's like, hear me out. If Lancer can do his thing like 6-7 times, that's 6-7 lives gone, assuming that each of them land. Now it's just a few more to go. Theoretically. In other words, he may not be a flashy servant, but he can manage a solid win.
その割には本人無駄が多かったぞ。俺を相手にして遊んでいたしな。
I mean, yeah, you're just a kid. And he is essentially a super soldier. Of course he was toying with you.
ですね。ランサー自身、裏っ気のある人物のようです。非常な人物ではありましたが、どこか憎めない一面がありました。
True. I might agree, but I still shouldn't let my guard down. The guy stabbed me in the chest as casually as if he were cutting grass. Neither Berserker nor Lancer are the type to hesitate about me using the weapons they wield.
それじゃあ他のやつのことだけど。
待ってください、シロ。屋敷の門を人がくぐりました。
Mm.
そんなことわかるのか。 もうこんな時間。まずい。きっとさくらが帰ってきたんだ。
And yup, that would make it her.
お邪魔します。
Oh, here we go.
そういえば悪いんだが、
分かっています。部屋に戻っていますから、私のことは気にせずに。
Saber goes back to her room. Almost as if switching with Saber.
ただいま。感心感心。ちゃんと先に帰ってたわね。
Sasaka walks in, laden with shopping bags.
お邪魔します先輩。珍しいですね。先輩がこんな早くから帰ってきてくれるのって。
Look at these two being all friends. Sakura walks in, smiling happily.
よし、準備は完璧っと。
Oh
そ
boy,
れじゃあ始めるとしましょうか。
what's she gonna cook for the peoples? Sokka psychs herself up, heads to the kitchen.
先輩、お夕飯の支度なんですけど。
今日は遠坂の番だからいい。さくらは朝作ってくれたんだから、夜は任せてくれ。遠坂がいるうちは、俺とあいつで夕飯を作るから。
はい。先輩がそう言うのなら、そうします。
Sakura quietly sits down. I hear a fiery, boisterous sound coming from the kitchen. But I see nothing else till
あれな
Sakura.
ら任せても大丈夫だな。
I should stay in my room until dinner's ready, considering Saber's waiting there.
ちょっと部屋で休んでくる。藤根がやってきたら、たまには風呂を沸かすように言っといてくれ。
どうぞごゆっくり先輩。ご飯の支度
What
が
a
できた
sweet
ら
young
呼び
lass.
に行きますね。
Truly, best girl.
なあ。そうだ。部屋に来るときはノックを忘れないでくれ。
It's a little before 6 o'clock. I figure dinner will be ready around 7 o'clock. I return to my room and find Saber sleeping in the room next door.
なんだ。なんか話そうと思ったのに。
I click my tongue with disappointment and sit down.
何言ってんだか。聖杯戦争のこと以外、何話していいかもわからないくせに。
I mean, there are other things. It's just not quite as productive. Besides, I don't know how to act around Saber.
いいけどさ。
True.
眠ってるならそれで。
To be fair, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I'd be fumbling just hearing her accent. You don't know what her accent is yet, but you'll understand.
Okay. Yeah. I mutter to myself and stare at the hands of the clock. Last night, Saber, Tosaka, and I ate dinner. But today, Sakura, Fujine are in the mix as well, making it 5 whole people.
いや、セイバーはダメなのか。
As long as Fujine and Sakura are around, I can't have Saber come out of her room.
セイバー、朝飯食ったのかな。
Last night, Saber was nodding while eating her dinner. Based on her behavior, it's not like she doesn't need food.
昼飯は用意しなかったし、腹減ってるよな、そりゃ。
Once Fujine and Sakura go home, I should warm some dinner up for Saber. She'll have to eat alone, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's just imagining Saber eating by herself is making me mad.
シロ、起きてる？
Tosaka knocks on my door and peeks her head
Tosaka?
in.
なんだ、なんか用か。
何って夕食なんだけど。できたから来て。
Wow, it's already that time? Pick myself up, glance towards Saber's room, and head into the hallway.
あ、来た来た。ほら見てよこの料理。なんと東坂さんは長らく不在だった中華料理ができる人だったのだ。
Okay, Chinese cuisine. Okay. I was wondering what she was whipping up. Fujine dances decidedly around the table, which is laid out with dinner. Now that she mentions it, it does all look like to be Chinese dishes today. 4 big plates decorate the table. Crab meat with egg omelet, shredded beef with green peppers, a vegetable stir fry with some fancy meat I've never seen before, and for some reason, a plate full of steamed shumai. Salad's been served on individual plates for everyone, and the setup seems to have been well thought out. It's pretty extravagant. Fujine loves it.
驚いたな。遠坂のことだから洋風で来ると思ったのに。
本当は洋風を考えてたそうですよ。けど中華料理は誰も作らないって言ったら、なら私が作るって。
なんでそう隙間をつくような人生しか送れないのか、あいつは。なあさくら、
Be
遠
like
坂と
crab
一緒
in
に
this
帰っ
house.
てきたけど、あれは一緒に買い物に行ってたのか。
はい。遠坂先輩、弓道部が終わるまで待っててくれたんです。それで帰り道がてら2人で買い出しに行ってました。
そうなのか。なんだ、思ったより仲がいいじゃないか、2人とも。
そうですね。遠坂先輩とは学校でもよく話してましたから、私のどこが気に入られたかわからないんですけど、入学した頃から親切にしてもらってます。
It's because anyone who is a decent person would be kind to you. If they are not, well,
Well, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
exactly. And despite how Tosaka is, she's not that bad. Well, though Tosaka really is a nice upperclassman.
おしゃべりはいいから早く食べよう。私もうお腹ペコペコだよ。
You would say yeah.
I
Man.
mean, I'm not going to say that I would remove their tendons like Arito would, because to be fair, those were puppets. They didn't need them anyways. They weren't real people.
Wonderful. I'll get it.
But they certainly would deserve it, and I'll leave it at that. Fujine sits down excitedly.
だってさ、2人も早く座ったら。中華物って冷めると犯罪的にまずいんだから。
Thing is, Chinese food actually holds up decently well if it's cold in delivery. That's why it was, takeout in the first place.
Yep.
Like it's better warm, but like you're not gonna cry if your orange chicken's a little cold.
Ain't that the truth? Yep, that is exactly what I said. Feel free to drop it in the out of context. I sit down without a word. Everyone bows and thanks Tosaka for cooking, then starts eating. I hate to admit it, but that stuff good. I've never cooked Chinese food because I've always thought it all tastes the same, but Tosaka's dishes make me realize it had all just been bias on my part, and I find myself regretting that.
うわーすごいすごい。こんなにご飯を美味しくさせる料理は久しぶりだよ。東坂さんに100点をあげましょう。
ありがとうございます。先生のように素直に感想を言ってもらえると私も嬉しいです。はい、私も中華を見直しました。辛いのって苦手なんですけど、すごく美味しいです。
Sakura looks pleased, seeming to enjoy the food too. After seeing everyone's happy face, Tosaka, girl out here with her dang smug grin. She turns to face me, her face triumphant. Dang.
なんだよ、なんか言いたそうだな、登坂。
別にみんなに気に入ってもらえてよかったなって。まあ若干1名素直じゃないのがいるけど、それはそれで楽しいからよしとしましょう。得意分野で負けちゃった気持ちはわかるし。
そうか、さてはお前、昨日俺に飯作らせたのはこっちの戦力分析か。
はい、今日の教訓は手の内は常に隠しておくでした。
Yeah, good advice. Tosaka returns to her food, looking exceedingly pleased with herself. Dinner is a bit livelier than I expected. Sakura and Tosaka are acting like good upper and underclassmen, and Fujine is now completely on Tosaka's side. Well, I have no complaints about getting to enjoy a good meal. There are no complaints, but I can't feel unreservedly good about sharing a meal with everyone here. I stand up.
何しろトイレ？
いや、忘れ物をした。連れてくるから待っててくれ。
Huh? Are you going to bring out
なんで言ったよ。
The moment I step out of the living room, I lock eyes with Tosaka, who is looking at me silently.
If you've learned anything about Shiro, he just can't let things go. It's not in
No,
his programming.
no, he cannot. Well, it is going to be what it's going to be, and the results will be what they are going to be.
SCKS. That is literally, it is what it is in Spanish.
Yeah.
Stomach.
I just didn't think it was right. That's why. I didn't like the fact that I was making her sit alone, even though she's living with us. So, without really considering the consequences of my actions, classic, I take her hand.
シロ、突然何をするのです？
Did you grab her while she was asleep?
Probably. Wake up, woman. It's time for dinner.
Do not grab a woman by the wrist while she's asleep and then suddenly drag her out of the room. That is how you get suplexed.
Oh, man. As I say, his one saving grace is the fact that he is, in fact, the master, so she cannot gut him like a fish. Well, actually, I take that lie back. She most certainly could. He would most certainly survive, just at the expense of her magical energy. Oh gosh.
いいから来てくれ。みんなにセイバーを紹介するから。
正気ですか？待ってください。それは。
正気だから連れて行くんだ。ほら、いいから行こう。
He has
後
that
のことなんて
clarity.
なるようになる。
Yes.
Shiro!
Still dragging her along by the time we reach the living room.
悪いな、遠坂。もう一人分いいかな。
Didn't even go a single dinner without her.
Yeah. It's like, this just ain't right. We can't do this without her. Osaka doesn't object.
I like that
She
every
doesn't.
day has had something going on, by the way.
Yeah. For better or worse. Yeah.
Mostly better for the sake of us.
True. But Fujine and Sakura are looking at Saber in confused astonishment.
遅くなったけど、紹介する。
Alright, so how you gonna explain this one away? Because I don't think you can call in a Hail Mary on Tosaka and have her like just smooth everything over real quick.
この子はセイバーって言って、しばらく面倒を見ることになったから。見ての通り外国人さんだから、日本の暮らしには慣れてないんで、そのあたり助けてやってくれ。
Oh man, the grayscale portraits. Two don't react. It's understandable, but I can't really find it in me to care right now.
ほら、
Homie said
そこ
talk
に
to
座
the
れよ、セイ
hand.
バー。飯はみんなで食べた方がいいだろ。
Oh. I'm just like, remember what happened this morning?
You want
I
round
hope-
2, homie?
Like, don't waste Tosaka's good food. She worked so hard to cook it and show you up at that.
それは確かに効率的だとは思いますが、私は。
遠慮なんてするな。だいたいな、これからはセイバーも一緒に住むんだぞ。同じ家に住んでるんだから、
And he
一緒に
wasn't
飯を食
joking
うの
about
は
not
当然だ。
caring.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying that out in the open.
Yeah. Man. Should I prepare a tombstone for you now?
はい。
Somebody ring up
シ
the
ロがそう
Undertaker.
いうのでしたら、
Right?
私は従うだけですが。
Oh man. This really just has been the day of Sakura just speaking her mind. Oh, good. She at least didn't flip the table.
She is, however, being immediately overshadowed by the tiger at the table.
Yeah. Okay. The food's at least safe. Oh gosh. Oh, did she hit him in the head? Is he KO'd? Is this bad end number 2?
You didn't even do anything to pick the choice.
Hey, game ends here. This is all routes lead to this L. Pack it up. Stream soap. My ears. My ears are ringing.
一体どうしちゃったのよシロってば。遠坂さんだけじゃなくこんな子まで連れ込んじゃって、いつからここは旅館みたいになっちゃったのよ。
About the same
Fujine.
time Dad decided to bring me home.
Ain't that the truth? Also, remember, this place is massive. What do you
And
expect?
furthermore, this place is mine.
This
Is your
true.
last name Emiya? I didn't think so.
I mean, yeah, your grandpa was the one that has the deed for the house for until he is of age to actually have it transferred in his name, right?
The grandpa owned the property and then, you know,
Okay.
sold it.
Okay.
However, it is still very much under his jurisdiction as, you know, Lord Raiga.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, David will yell at me. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
なんだよ、いいじゃないか。旅館みたいに広いんだから、一人や二人部屋を貸しても。遠坂がいいんなら、セイバーだっていいだろ、リスクぐらい。
Oh gosh.
いいわけないでしょ。遠坂さんは認めるけど、そんな得体の知れない子なんて知らないもん。一体どこの子なのよその子は。
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to explain this one away.
どこの子って、遠い親戚の子だよ。よくわからな
Oh,
い事情があ
jumping
って、
straight to
親
incest,
父を
I
頼っ
see.
てやってきたとか。
Huh? Hold up. That's not what he was implying there.
No, but we know how he's looking at her.
Oh gosh.
I'll get it.
I'm glad you understand.
そんな作り話信じられない。だいたいね、仮にそうだとしても、どうしてエミヤの家に来たのよ。キリツグさんに外国の知り合いなんているはずな。
Exactly. She can't say that with any confidence, and she knows it. My old man traveled constantly, so you probably have more friends from other countries than in Japan.
ないとは言い切れないけど、それにしたっておかしいわ。あなた、何のためにここに来たのよ。
Okay. What you got, Saber? How you gonna explain this all away? You got this.
Show me the strength of your charisma.
You're right. We know your luck stat's good, but how's that Riz?
シロー、黙ってなさい。セイバーさん、私はあなたに聞いてるんだけど。
That's something I didn't think about. Shiro does not use honorifics at all. Come to think of it.
Not even a little bit.
Like, Fujine is one thing, right? That's not an honorific. That's
A
Taiga.
title.
Yeah. But like, Tosaka is Tosaka, Sakura is Sakura, Saber is Saber.
Yeah. Issei is Issei, so on and so on.
Seaweed head is Shinji. You know how.
Exactly. Saber is silent. I don't blame her. Saber doesn't really have a backstory, and she's not cunning enough to go along with my lies.
さあ、私はキリツグの言葉に従っただけですから。
Okay, okay.
Jumped on board so fast.
All right, we out here. I guess she does.
キリツグさんがシローを頼むって？はい。あらゆる敵からシローを守るようにと。
Okay. Not far from the truth. ever so quietly. Saber says it with such straightforwardness and clarity. There's no room for anyone to protest. And even if it was really a lie, it will become the absolute truth in Saber's mind. Even Fujine can't argue with her. But she stands up with a frown and glares right at Saber.
いいわ。そこまで言うんなら腕前を見せてもらうんだから。
This is true. She did, in fact, say, protect the boy from his enemies. So, yeah, this would, in fact, come down to a sword fight, I'm assuming. Fujine drops this on us all out of nowhere. And, with the sound of whooshing wind, Fujine takes us outside. Then she takes the bamboo sword, a shinai, hanging on the wall, and continues glaring at Saber. Okay.
What the hell is Fujine thinking?
あなた、シローを守るって言ったわね。なら少しは覚えがあるんでしょ。私に剣を持てというのですか。そうよ。あなたが私より強かったら許してあげます。けど弱かったら家に帰ってもらうからね。
This woman, she's going to die.
I mean, I had already started working on Tombstone. I didn't put a name on it yet, so it's fine.
So threatening.
Oh gosh. But nah, I believe in Saber. She would keep it strictly to a sparring match. No one would need to die.
構いませんが、それはどういった理屈でしょうか。シローを守るのは私だもん。シローが一人前になるまで私がずっとそばにいるんだから。
Saber doesn't seem to fully comprehend what Fujine's intentions are. But then again, none of us do.
だから私より弱いやつはいらないの。
He's
Not
terrifying
the
when she
cutesy
uses that
voice.
That is terrifying. That is a
Right?
murderous cutesy voice.
Actually, what's her name? Ilya.
That's true.
わかりました。あなたを納得させればよいのですね。そうよ。けど私を納得させるのは大変なんだから。
No sooner has Fujine said that, she practically leaped forward, rushing towards Saber, brandishing her shinai. Last I checked, Saber hasn't grabbed one just yet.
Correct.
This ought to be real interesting. She goes in for a surprise attack, even though she hasn't even given Saber a shinai yet. This tiger has no business calling herself a teacher if she's going to pull something like that. Saber stands there in a daze, taken aback by Fujine's surprise attack. Fujine swings for the body.
あれ
Fujine tilts her head in confusion. Well, yeah. We're all dumbfounded, and we're just watching, so it must be even stranger, like the mystery of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. For Fujine, since she's the one who experienced it firsthand. Saber's still standing. The only difference is that she's now holding the shinai Fujine had in her hand a heartbeat earlier. I don't know if this is for real, but it definitely happened. Saber isn't even holding the shinai like she took it in a ready position. Fujine is frozen in her tracks, right in front of Saber. Fujine is a kendo expert whose skill is supposedly unmatched. The experience probably made it clear to her that Saber is on a completely
構え
different
ろという
level.
のでしたら構えますが、そこまでしなければわからない腕ではないでしょう。
Dang. Dang. Fujine staggers back and drops to her knees.
勝負はつきました。認めてもらえましたか？
Fujine slumps her shoulders and droops her head low. Just when I think she's about to retreat quietly. Dang. Hosaka's face. Oh, Fujine starts to cry so loud it starts to hurt all our ears. In the end, it took 2 whole hours to calm Fujine down. Fujine gestured to Saber, saying, "We need to talk," and went into my old man's room. They were in there for 2 hours. She finally came out looking unsatisfied and mumbled, "I guess I've got no choice but to acknowledge her." She only nodded in resignation. Sakura, though, was silent the whole time. It was getting late, so Fujine wound up taking Sakura home. Sakura didn't say a single word. She just bowed and went home.
それじゃあ私も別棟に戻るわね。
That's all Rin said. Come to think of it, so Sakura's been quiet all this time
悪か
too.
ったな。どうせバカな真似してって思ってるんだろ。
別に。ただあなたのしていることは心の贅肉よ。そんな余分なことばっかりしてたらいつか身動きが取れなくなるわ。
She waves goodnight and heads off to the outfield. I'm exhausted. I should probably sleep early today.
待ってください、シロ。私もあなたに聞くべきことがある。
Why did you do that?
いいけど、何？
なぜ私を皆に紹介したのですか？私もリンの言う通り、シロの行為は不必要だと思います。
なぜも何もない。単に嫌だったから紹介しただけだ。
シロ、それは答えになっていません。何が嫌だったのか言ってもらわなければ。
Saber draws closer to me. Was what happened tonight really so strange to her?
You're treating her like a person, not a servant. Yes, she's gonna find it weird.
Exactly.
そんなの知るか。ただ飯食ってて、セイバーは一人でいるのかって思ったら嫌になっただけだ。
I
She
love
to you
how
na-
impolite he
Fujii
is
to
despite
Sakura
being
ni
the
mo
most
Saber wo
polite
shittemorata
person in the story so far.
隠し事も減ると思ったくらいだよ。
それはあまり意味のあることではありません。むしろ彼女たちに私の存在を知らせるのはマイナスです。この屋敷なら私の存在は隠し通せるのですから、私は待機していた方が良かった。
Better? In what way? Is she saying she's better off being ostracized when the rest of us are all eating?
そんなことはない。セイバーが良くても俺が嫌だったんだからしょうがないだろう。こういうの理屈じゃないと思う。
Exactly.
He is, in fact, an emotional boy.
Exactly. Don't you see? I am a hormonal teenager. Logic does not fit in here. Look away from Saber.
土蔵に行ってくるから先に部屋に戻っていてくれ。
He doesn't answer. I turn my back on Saber, who seems unconvinced by what I said, and make my way to the shed. Step outside. The tranquil yard is lit by pale moonlight. The winter sky is clear enough to see the stars above me. I sigh, hardly realizing I'm doing it. Osaka's right, contradicting myself. I'm heading to the shed to avoid Saber's room, but I don't want to leave Saber alone. I'm having a hard time interacting with Saber as a member of the opposite sex, but I can't ignore her on a human level. It's no wonder Tosaka gets disgusted with me and my contradictions. Man, words are hard.
参ったな。未熟なのは魔術だけだと思ってたけど。精神主
Honestly,
義は
that
習
was
っ
one of
て
the
ないじ
more
ゃない
mature
か。
things you did.
Indeed.
It might not have been like, well thought out, but it was mature.
Yeah. Yeah, like a little rough around the edges, but it does count as maturity.
It's as emotionally healthy as it gets for you, to be honest, Shiro.
Yeah, exactly. I absentmindedly look up at the night sky. The night drags on. My inexperience is all the more reason I can't skip out on my training. True. All I can do is to keep on believing that if I work hard enough, I might someday attain something. Yes, save the game. Because with that, we finished a whole day in a whole sitting. That's crazy.
I know, huh? I believe I'll
Alright.
leave you to handle the outro, though, because I am just tired.
Oh, yeah.
I leave it in your hands. Good night, Richie.
Yep, and go ahead and say good night to the peoples too, because that is end of stream as well. Good night to the peoples.
Good night, homies. Ciao, Bella.
Night.